implied need. So what exactly is there? Stated and implied need. So stated needs are like a specification. I will not say my car should have four wheels and one is a stepney, which is understood. You know, so something which is understood, which is for implied needs, and something which is stated, which is coming as a part of specification. So customer satisfaction is has to be continuously gauged, and because the market is changing, customer perception is changing, customer has got many choice now, customer has become more a global customer, you know. So you just keep on not granted that he is going to come back to us because we've been with him for a number of years, you know. So therefore, we need to keep on gauging customer satisfaction at every level through your product or service and keep on improving. So Kano model is basically a model which talks about whether customer is three element. Is it dissatisfied? Is it satisfied? Or is delighted?
Hello. Sir, like the example that I had given,
Ah,
like how you said, if horn is there, it is taken by default that it should
exactly.
ring, you know. So
Yes, yes.
similarly, if the color is painted on the car, it is
Ah,
expected that the color will be correctly painted, in the sense that there will not be any areas where there will be color mismatch, or it
okay.
will be thick on one side, thin on the
Yeah, I
other.
mean,
It is
painting.
accurate painting.
Yeah, yeah. Means I need not say that the color should last there for 10 years or what it means. It is implied, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, given what I was talking here, so any interaction with the customer, either through your product or through a service, based on whatever you deliver, it can be categorized into three aspects. One is which was expected, has not been given. So he is dissatisfied. I will not come to again. Now, what he stated and you are given, okay, that's okay. You have to give this. You are supposed to give that. What great you have done it here. हमने जो लिखा आपने वो भेज दिया. There are other aspects where it was not stated at all, but on his own, I have given something else which customer got delighted. Something like that. Like in a new car, if they're coming with the mobile charging method, mobile charger is there, or it can be a mobile, stand which has been given. All things are there. So something which I had not stated, neither I was expecting also, and it is given to me. So it becomes a customer delight. The delighter. So Kano model talks about all these things there, and you must keep on continuously gauging where do you stand with respect to the what you are offering to the customers, and what is happening. Today's requirement, become yesterday the requirement becomes today's standard thing. When I in car I give an example, if I given a charger or given a mobile stand, I'm customer is expecting that when he buy car next year, this will become as a implied need. I need not say all stated need. It will not become the implied need now. I assume that you are going to give it to me. Like suppose earlier about maybe 5 years back, most of the big bazaar and all they will get 1 plus 1. When you go there, I get one and one plus one. Now it become a common. He say, what is 1 plus 1? It's become a standard now. आप और क्या दे रहे मेरे को? What is new which you are offering to me? Because customer expectations are changing. What was available as the extra now becoming standard. So you have to keep on gauging the customer. So again, there are three elements: dissatisfaction, he is not happy. Satisfaction, okay, he is okay because कुछ आपने बड़ा कुछ काम नहीं किया. Third is I never something asked, but I got it here, so that becomes a delight, and that delight become a stated need the next generation or next model, something like that. Okay, so have you understood three aspects? So here, okay, so here we are talking about customer. You can see uh, the type of face we can talk about here. I will simply say something on that so that you're not confused. Just 1 minute. Give it to me. Basically, it talks about, are you satisfied or dissatisfied? Okay. Now, related with the performance we're talking about here. Now, what was expected has not met, he become dissatisfied, and he will tell that to so many other people. That's more dangerous. Okay. Now, if you have given something what he wants, then he's happy. But he's not going to tell them, okay, okay, I got car, whatever I wanted, given it here. The third is excitement features. What are those features? You know, which he never asked, he never imagined also. Or he says it's only available in foreign cars. How this is available in India? Oh my great! I never asked for it, it is given to me. So next part, this type of input should be taken as a design input for a next generation of car. So what we are looking continuously into that Kano model keep on changing. Customer requirements are keep on changing, and how to make customer happy, not just by what he wants or what is a contemporary available thing. You have to give something one step ahead, something which is necessary for him to get excited and get delighted by this type of feature. So that is what we know. We need to completely keep on innovating our operation so that new and new features are added. And therefore, Kano model talks about dissatisfaction to satisfaction, nothing going to happen. Dissatisfaction, anyway, you are not going to get order. Satisfaction, okay, there's a status quo will be maintained. But customer loyalty, customer retention, or customer enlargement, if you want, then you might have to adding some excellent feature which you have never asked for it here and which becomes a part of your other specification. So that in short is a Kano model. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, something innovations are required on a continuous basis. This type of input goes to your design department or engineering department to add, keep on product or service feature. Something like what you've been talking about. So that is what a Kano model talks about. Okay, yeah. You can read this because it's very difficult to cover all the things. Details are available. So therefore, what is talking about? Dr. Naria Kano, professor of Tokyo University, challenged traditional idea that more is better. No, it is not like that. More is not better. What is innovative is more better. The Kano model refers an insight which are perceived to be important to the customer focus in differentiating product feature as opposed to initially on customer need. We talk about what is your USP, what is special in that. No, classification, customers by him. So as I can tell you, dissatisfier, satisfier, and delighters or exciters or excitement generator. So you have to keep on analyzing, gazing what is your product, what are the features available, what competitor is also giving, what customers want, taking the survey of the industry and put those into your thing. So you are the first to put this into practice so that customer become loyal to you. So I'll repeat, what is a Kano model? Kano model talks about delighting the customers by innovative features in your product, in your service, so that you become loyal to this. Now, I want any example day to day, whether you can talk about by which you got excited, so that that was never thought of when I went to purchase this type of things, either into market or what it may there. I never thought of, then it becomes a point of delight, and then I'm going to tell to 100 people, "Arey, first class, udhar jao, aisa karo, waisa karo." So who is going to give me some example by which you got delighted from?
Sir, so Samsung phone which is there, I have that I
Ah,
can connect to my laptop,
okay,
and
good.
I can copy on my mobile,
Ah,
and then it can be pasted on laptop.
come again.
So I
New.
can copy something on my mobile,
Okay.
and it can be pasted on my laptop.
Oh, acha,
So with Bluetooth, I can connect, and there is
acha.
one. software they have,
I
because of
see.
which I can connect,
Very good.
and I
Yes.
can copy paste from
Correct.
my mobile to laptop.
Very good example, because you never thought of. Now with this changing technology of laptop and this computer, with mobile, with 4G, 5G, what this, yeah, so many things which was once upon time was difficult, it becomes easy for all of us. Now because of that you are delighted and then you are going to tell to me or to Mr. Khadakar or to somebody, भाई आपको ये करने का है ना, ये इस कंपनी का लैपटॉप लीजिए, ये इसमें हमने पूछा भी नहीं था, ये मेरे को मिल गया, दे नीड नॉट चार्ज एनीथिंग, आई नेवर थॉट ऑफ लाइक दिस, you know and this becomes a standard now. Other competitor will definitely copy this or will do something, because customer ने समझ लिया कि उसको तो चाहिए ये, he has taken that is a granted. He will not take write that I want like this facility. He will say it is a stated need like this here. So I think very good example you have given. Something which is granted, if you are given, nothing will happen. But something which I never thought of, I thought it is not available in India. It cannot be possible. If that has been incorporated and given, and if I experience, and then I becomes, they call the exciter. So, whatever area of opportunity you got, let us say if you are into hospitality industry, you know, say we travel many times for company work or something there, and we got know that we've been accommodated in this particular thing or maybe resort or something like that. So after getting, nowadays what is happening because of all these incidents like marriages, because we talk about all those destination wedding, so recently I went to Jaipur for that. The flight was reached there about 9 o'clock in the night, and I was new to Jaipur, not available along with the family or driving, you are worried. But as soon as you got up in the stand there, you can see person lying with the play card, and hotel plus something, and he's taken like this. We never thought of like this here. I thought there's no only thing response. Okay, your reservation is done like this here. So we thought, okay, after that I will get down, whether I will get a taxi, whether this was there, how long it is there. So all this has gone vanished. So it becomes a delighter for me. In that particular resort or particularly that event management company has taken a small thing. The same thing in the return journey also, they never thought of it, is automatically assumed that they will check with you whether you want to go to station or you go to airport, something is been done. Now this type of example has become now standard. So how do you improve like this here? By having a customer satisfaction, measuring regularly. That is what Karna model talks about. Further detail, you can read into the books. Okay, yeah. Is it clear now to everybody? Yeah. Santosh Patil.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good, sir. Okay. Therefore, that's what we're talking. Like some of the example must be quality. मतलब वो तो होना ही चाहिए. You know, leakage in milk package. We can't expect. So, हमने अपना पैकेट दिया उसमें लीकेज नहीं है. So nobody, अरे वो तो होना है, ये तो जरूरी है ना. So it is implied, it is a stated need. Okay, it is not implied need. Okay, basic attributes like मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एक्सपायरी डेट, मेडिसिन, ये तो होना ही चाहिए. हमने आपको एक्सपायरी डेट दिया है, अरे उसमें क्या बता दिए, वो तो जरूरी हमको मालूम है, 1 है दिन 2 दिन है. मेडिकल में तो सब रहता ही है. सो इट इज ऑल बेसिक स्टेटेड. परफॉर्मेंस एट्रीब्यूट्स दैट नॉर्मली गेट changed, or people get excited. I never thought of, and that is where we want to think about more of a performance attribute. Difference in quality, okay, they are all basically we are talking about. Okay, yeah. So we'll not go into that. So where corner models are normally used, project selection, particularly in the design for Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma we are talking about nowadays. Six Sigma we'll talk about in our module 4, where we are basically defect minimization ka concept we talk about Six Sigma. Six Sigma capacity are there. So when you do the project selection, this kind of model is normally used there. New product development, yes, that is basic fundamental. Existing product, new products or new features are added. Now, some input I got from the market, so I added here. So that is no great thing, no great shake. What is something which is not even available to the customer, not known to the customer, not known even to the competitor, and nobody is giving. The example what you just now given me, if I do that, that will come as a new product development and he will be delighted. So we have to work as an exciter. What are those exciters which can be added in your product or in your services, which will make customer happy, customer delighted, and the branding will start and he will become loyal to you. Okay, so in today's competition world, this is today's competition is extremely important, that keep on gauging customer satisfaction. That is why in the ISO system we talk, do customer satisfaction survey, or in when I go to the hotel, when I am leaving that hotel, they ask, give me some piece of paper, sir, are you happy on this? Please give a rating 1 to 5. 1 is bad, 2 is okay, 3 is bad. Why it is necessary? Based on that, they say कि भैया रिसेप्शन में कितना टाइम लगा, लॉन्ड्री सिस्टम क्या था, रेस्टोरेंट में क्या फैसिलिटी था. So that is what it helped them, so that next time I will come and I will take Khada, I go to Jaipur, you also go there. So promotion take place here. So Kano model talks about continuous changing in customer requirement, proper understanding, and developing the product and feature so that you are the first among the all. That becomes your USP. Good. Okay. New service development, similar line. Maybe a banking service. Nowadays, we don't go to bank for anything. Everything available as application on this or there. So I think we are quite happy. We never thought of, maybe I can do this from my home. Nowadays, this for senior citizen, for regular medical checkup, they say you need not come all the way. Our person will come. Earlier they were charging. Now it is free also. So like this here, it become free nowadays. We assume that कि भैया वो आदमी आएगा, आपका सब मॉर्निंग का ब्लड लेवल, दिस लेवल, एवरीथिंग विल चेक, रिपोर्ट आपका फटाफट आ जाता है. Now this was not there in 6 months back, not in 1 year back. So that's what market is changing. Customer requirements are changing, and customer is getting what he wants. That's important. So if you want to survive in the market, we need to understand Kano model and change from dissatisfaction to satisfaction. वो तो करना ही पड़ेगा. But what is important, from satisfaction to exciter? What are those excited points I will add as a features in my mobile, in my car, in my TV, so that I become a number one in the market. Is it clear? Okay. Market strategy determination. Yes, also strategy, how you are going to penetrate the market. These are all various things can be one. Okay. So therefore, we have been talking about voice of customer, identifying voice of customer and translate them into product CTQ. What does CTQ stand for? Critical to quality. There are n number of features, but all are not critical. Like in TV, what is critical is a display. Second critical is a sound. So I cannot compromise on that. It's critical to quality. Something like maybe dimensions or maybe something may not be that critical, but like this. So we have to identify what is voice of customer, as was explaining in the morning, voice of customer, like voice of process, and then make your engineering specification that we naturally call later on in the quality function deployment, that will come in the evening session. Clear? Okay. So 3 basic Kano model. Okay. Then we talk about CTQ into 3 categories. Just now I explained to dissatisfier, satisfier, yes, expected requirement, and delighter, unexpected feature like complimentary dinner, somebody is getting me when I go like this. I give an example like this here. So like that. So I never thought of. On the lighter mode, I can say that for my passport application, the police verification is required. But suppose I go to police station, first of all, going to police station, I get scared, now, because the impression is like that. But if I go to police station and he say, hey, Mandekar, please come have a seat, have a cup of tea. Can I think about a cup of tea in the police station? But it's a change. It's a change now. Or if you go to any police station, it was typical dingy things, no light. But now if I go to even Thana, I stayed in Thana, I go to some police station, fantastic building for police station, proper parking, proper visual management, proper sitting arrangement, something with latest computer they are working. So it is delighted. So my impression about police department, and in turn government changes. So I said, no, government is not that bad. They too are also improving. So that's what the street start. Good? Okay. yeah, evaluate and current performance, and then naturally where you are and with respect to so and target setting करके आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. Good. Okay. So these we can okay. These are basically been talking about service quality characteristics related. Suppose person like us or people, you people like travel to various work for work, checking into the hotel. So how fast? Basically, we are talking about a business and a vacationer. Business matlab person like maybe you are going like a business, so your expectations are different. But when I go to vacation to Goa or some my customer at Goa, my expectation entirely different. So price will comes under performance here. But yes, I will. It is must in case of vacationer, because in case of business, price will be paid by my company, so I'm not worried about that. So have you understood now? So if I have vacationer, the hotel must take care of me that it is, is okay like this here. Fast checking, yes, naturally it's a performance key. No, without no time, my checking has been done. Express checkout may not be necessary for vacationer, but it is must for business person because he is always in hurry. Something like this, sir. Location, naturally it's a performance. If it is near to the airport, it is good for the businessman. But for vacationer, chalega because उसके बाद time रहता है. So depending upon who is my end customer, what he wants, accordingly, keep on changing my parameters. Comfortable bed, yes, this is normally for both required. And continental breakfast, yes, must be for business person because he's been traveling, he's no time, he's going abroad many times, so he doesn't like idli vada sambar, he like this here. But for delighter, it will be delighter for vacation. Hello, अरे regular breakfast तो भी है और continental breakfast भी available to me. I never thought of like this here. So because he is going to regular smart three-star hotel, 4-star hotel, वो suddenly this happens here. So I hope the things are clear to you. So depending upon the market, the product availability, the service availability, where do you stand and what are the delighters? Which organization on its own has to be decided. Nobody is going to come and हमको ये चाहिए. You have to say what is, you are not required, you have to keep on convincing. सब ये आपके लिए अच्छा है. And things are get sold in the market. That's what we are trying a strategy of marketing nowadays. Good? Okay. Again, I will skip this jacuzzi. Let us again jacuzzi maybe delighter for business. He doesn't have time, because उसको time ही नहीं तो meeting में जाने का है. But for vacationer, he has enough time. So he is okay, very good. I liked it here. Internet hookup, yes, because I need laptop every time business meeting. तो but delighter के लिए वो तो छोड़ के आया, उसको जरूरत ही नहीं इंटरनेट की. मोबाइल है उसके पास, because looking at the picture or something like that. So not required. Newspaper choice. Yes, is must for business fellow, but for vacationer, okay, मिलेगा तो ठीक है ना, तो क्या फर्क पड़े. Delighter मिल गया ना, अरे delighter मैंने I never thought of कि I will get this year. Cable connection, yes, पिक्चर देखना है तो वेकेशन के लिए तो मस्ट है, बट बिजनेस वाले को टाइम नहीं है, मिल गया तो like this here. So like that you can keep on adding something and putting into classification. Is it delighter? It is a must or it is a destroyer, and accordingly do that. Okay, yeah. So these are all things are there. And then based on that, you can make your target for improvement. What was the voice of customer? Voice of customer is saying here, I want to get my inquiry resolved in the shortest possible time. Whenever I contact you, maybe MTNL, maybe nowadays Geo, or maybe Airtel, what type of service are there. Okay, so problem resolution, speed up answer, and accessibility. On that basis, I'm going to evaluate. Okay, what is my service level? So I will say I will service level I will increase. Problem resolution I will कम करेंगे. And accessibility, abandonment rate, कि छोड़ दिया, because I never that I'm going to take anything out of this, तो मैंने छोड़ दिया. So वो कम करना है. For that I need to retain the customer. So everywhere I need to understand what customer want, what are customer expectation. Based on that, I need to keep on doing. Okay, so this initiative then. Okay, good. So yes, Is it clear? What is the Kano model? Santosh? अच्छा, there are और प्रवीण पाटिल, who is going to tell me कि yes, समझ में आ गया? बोलो. प्रवीण पाटिल, is it clear? Yes. Clear?
Yes, 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 sir, yes.
Okay. Yeah, good. Jankana? With Jankana? Clear?
Yeah, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, good. Clear, na?
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
sir.
Thank you. You have to have go on a very good example. We must clap for it.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
good. Yeah. So now, what is our? We are now going to come now. Various excellence models. You know, the difference between TQM models and excellence models is slightly different. Excellence models are basically talking about sustainability and improvement, and is more focused on the result. ISO model, okay, it talks about production and the customer satisfaction, but results are not on the priority. So here, most of the business model are involvement of the people adopted by EFQM, which is called European Foundation for Quality Management, MBNQA, you know, RB, this is Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award, is from USA, EFKM from Europe, RBNQA, which is Ram Krishna Bajaj National Quality Award, which is from India. On India, we got similar CIA excellence model, which is nothing but EFKM, like this here. Now, it starts on a different platform, assuming that company has already been certified for quality management systems. Based on that, it's a foundation. I will repeat again, quality management systems, ISO 9000:2015 is a basic for everything. Based on that, you can keep on doing it here. Okay, so this, what are the relation between QMS in ISO and Deming application? We are going to see that now. Okay. So So all this general model, they talk about three principles. One is people, another is process, and result. I'll repeat, three principles: people, process, and result. People, again, involvement, empowerment, training, skill base, all those things are available to us. Processes, how do you convert that input into value addition with minimization of error? First time right, every time right. So process of anything, process of market, process of conversation, maintenance process कैसा है, quality assurance process कैसा है. So interlink all this we are talking about here. Okay, and then normally they talks about enablers, which will enable company to do something. Enablers are basically leadership. I will read. It might be coming later on, but I'm just, because before that, I thought I will talk to you. If you want to write leadership, enabler, strategy. What is my strategy for operation? People, partnership, and resources. These are what you call enablers. Means enable something will enable you to do something. So you take care of this. You take care of this, the result will come automatically. So understand the importance of all this aspect. Perform the operation, customer result will automatically come. Okay. So therefore, all these business excellence model are ensuring more as a business excellence, whereas QMS 9000 or ISO normally talks about customer satisfaction with better products or better service. That's all. It is not measure in other aspect. So I'll repeat. ISO 9000 basically looking for customer satisfaction and enhancing that customer to either product and services. Whereas business excellence models, we assume that it is there, but the result is more focused through this particular application. So how do we excel in whether your processes, in your people aspects, you know, involvement of people, what is the leadership style, what are your strategy? So these are called enablers. Okay, yes. So let us see what next slide talks about. So, एक minute. हाँ, तो EFGM Excel एक minute जरा. Okay. How people resources are planned, and so this I am talking about people involvement, how you are going to gauge, how people's knowledge and competency are identified and sustained. Again, we've been talking about skill-based enhancement, so competency. So this is a question, and based on that, I'm going to see what companies are doing it here, and accordingly, marks are given. I will set out also the how the marks are given, how people are involved, empowered. Now, what is the definition of empowerment? What do you mean by empowerment? Who is giving me an answer? सुना है आपने वर्ड सर? संतोष या प्रवीण पाटील? काय आहे एम्पॉवरमेंट म्हणजे काय? Nowadays we have woman empowerment nowadays word. तो क्या होता है? What is empowerment? Yes, माहिती आहे का? No? मी झंकार
Empower means giving them that kind of power to take nominal decisions and not have bureaucratic approach.
Yes, just cannot be within the boundary. What is good that time for the organization, I acted on that. You know, so I don't wait for something to be. I've been empowered, but for empowered, I've been trained like this year. You know, I've been authorized to do something which was not part of my scope supply. Normally, I'm go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my activity. This is my department. But no, I've gone out of the things. My department is not written down somewhere. I know it was necessary for that time to make customer happy, customer delighted. I never taken anybody's approval. I know and I stand for that. So empowered is basically taking a decision which sometimes may be detrimental for your department, but good for a company. Something like it many times happen. So that is where we are empowered with proper training. Okay, so that's the concept. So we quickly go through that. You can read that later on. What is talking about how the company enables employees to develop and utilize their full potential with company objectives. You know, there are various ways we've been talking about training the people, understanding them, their initiatives, you know. So here we gauge when excellence model, there is a marking. There are total, maybe somewhere it is 1000 marks has been divided into various aspects, and then company get 60%, 70%, they are better, like this here. So I will come back to that later. So like this here. Okay, so you can read this later on. Okay. Now, what it talks about? There is a comparison, or we had to talk about what are the QMS standard and accordingly what they focus. So here we are talking responsibility and authority are very clearly defined in ISO also, in this also. Generally, communications were mostly top down. What is top down? Leadership, leader, department head, like this here. Okay. Focus was on products rather than people in QMS. When you make an organogram in quality management system, you write what are your activity, what are responsibility, and in we did level wise, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So in case of a problem, level 2 will go to level 1, but it will not be other way around. So ISO that way structure from organization point of view, and then it is normally from the top, whereas therefore it is focused more on product rather than people, whereas the excellence model are trying to you become more empowered. You've been involved in a decision-making process so that you can make a change, like this here. And there is little, been talking about the work environment, but in case of excellence model, a lot of work has been done on how to improve your operation so that conducive environment, the thing environment is available. Okay, yeah. So I explained already this to engage people to relationship management. Okay, like this here. Okay. There are some information coming in the standard. It talks about, as you talk about, there are 7 management principles. What are those? I just, if anybody knows, can tell me. Or what are the 7 quality management principles? One is customer focus. Second is leadership. Third is engagement of people. Fourth is process approach. Then improvement. Then evidence-based decision making. And last is relationship management. These are available in the ISO 9000 standard or something like that here. I'll just quickly go through what is the purpose behind that. The purpose behind that, what they are talking about here. What do you mean by these statements? So we'll just take some example of last ISO 9000 system, relationship management. Now, if you read the ISO 9000 standard, ISO 9000 standard, I will repeat, ISO 9001 is a certification standard to be supported by ISO 9000 and ISO 9004. I'll repeat, only one standard is certification standard, which is ISO 9001 2015. But to make that thing documented or properly understood, I need a guide. And that guide is ISO 9000, which is talking about all definition, what is meant by audit, what is by non-conformance. So I have to read, if possible, to properly understand the standard. Whereas ISO 9004 is a methodological for improvement. Your aim is not to do only certification. Your aim is to keep on improving. So how good for that you got a business excellence model, or even ISO 9004 also talks about how do you keep on business. Okay, so therefore it talks about a statement which talks about, and then it talks about what is the rationale behind that. I'm not going to read that. You can read in the book, and what will be benefit of that. So every 7 principle has got a statement, has a rationale, and how company is going to benefit that. So whenever you get time, you can read that, which is given in detail in ISO 9000. But otherwise, this is more than sufficient at this stage. Okay.
Sir, can you just say the 7 principles again?
7 principle. Okay.
Huh.
One is customer focus.
Okay.
Second is leadership.
Yeah.
Third is engagement of people.
1 second.
4 is process approach.
Okay.
Then improvement.
Okay.
Then evidence-based decision making.
Okay.
And relationship management. Okay. So now ISO, basically ISO 9001 is been talking about all these 7 management principles, and accordingly all the standard clause has been addressed from clause number 4 to clause number 10. Okay. So now, just for your information, any standard which is now coming out from ISO family, they're all uniformly numbered. The standard has to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If something is not applicable for there, they may put it blank. but I have to put this into this. So any standard, if I get food safety management with 22,000, I also write 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I take energy management, which is ISO 50,000, also 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 are they are a generic. So I need not worry about that. It start basically from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, like this. Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay, no problem. We'll go there. This you can read it here, no problem. Okay. Which I already talks about, possible interaction between interested parties. We have given it that exercise, you know. So it talks about what are your interested party, what are their needs and expectation, how do you meet, depending upon the product or service feature. Like in a bank, we got a different type of thing. If I go to education institute, needs will be different. If I go to a product manufacturing company, something will be different. So I must be clear, and then I also talk about content, context of the organization, 4.1, 4.2 plus about talk, under which conditions I am making my business. My business is getting affected because of external things which I can't control, but I need to follow, or internal thing which is in my control, which I need to improve, which I had taken care of in the earlier session. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Can read it later. Okay. This is a very important statement. What is talking about philosophy of operation between westernized country like Europe and America. America doesn't come into a Western Europe, but it comes as a separate entity. He's talking about it can be seen there from the while that DAP, what is DAP? Daming application price looks for softer aspect. I was talking about involvement of people, psychology, and understanding of human behavior, contribution, almost 50 points. Whereas European and American excellence model, whether it can be EFQM, focus more on hard materialistic aspects. So that's what the difference are there. So that is where, but just to tell you that to get a DAP is a Herculean task. People are sometimes in at least India, I can talk about here, RBNQ award or like the people are getting. But to get a Deming award, it's next to impossible. So there are few companies who has got like Larsen and Toubro recently got it here. Mahindra recently got it here. You need to do a great amount of work, and this Japanese will make your life miserable because they will not just listen to anything or there. So think about from that point of view. DAP, I'll repeat here, is gaming, and it is epitome. It is epitome. It is the highest award for any company can think about here. Whereas business excellence, EFA commercial, yes, you can if you do it here, possible to do that. Just one point before in this business model. Yeah, I'll come back to that later. So basically, in this all, there is a concept called radar. Please write down radar. RADAR. Okay. What is stand for? R stand for result. It's like a Bania company. I want result. Okay. A for approach. What is the approach of leadership? What is the approach of process we are talking about here? D, deployment. It is not at the supervisors. Normally, it is only officer level, deployed to the lowest level, deployment. Then A is the assessment. Then based on that, we do assessment. And then if not, refinement. So what is radar? Radar talks about result, approach, deployment, assessment, and refinement. Okay. So when you talk about here, these are all measured. Again, three aspects: people, processes, and result. And on that, we are basically talking about leadership, processes, and key performers. Just for your information, normally all these models either got 1,000 marks or maybe some point. So they are divided 50-50%. Enablers, which will enable you to do something. We talk about leadership, people, policy, resources, and partnership. They are your enabler. Are they there or not there? So you will get 50% mark when I do the assessment. Then the process which converts, I got some mark. And then you got result in form of people related, customer related, and your society related also. So another 50% mark. So based on that, out of 1,000, company may get 600, company may get 500, company may get 800. So based on that, there are various levels or category of business excellence award. So have you understood now what's the difference between QMS and business excellence? QMS basically talks about customer satisfaction, but they are not very focused on the result, whereas business excellence foundation is very clear that ISO is already certified company there, and we want to excel. We want to keep better and better. One of the parameters of better and better is the result, that my customer engagement has increased by 20% to 30%. You must be able to prove me. In ISO, we are not asking. ISO is asking your customer complaint has gone down from this to this. I am happy, like this here. So that's basically when you do the assessment for business model, the strategy or methodology is slightly different. Whereas in case of ISO, it is more of a conformance. Whether what is you written down, are you conforming to that standard, and whether you are following that stuff. According to that, we got okay, not okay, non-conformity, and all this kind of thing. Okay. Now here, very interesting coming up here when you talk about involvement of people. How many people have heard the name of Stephen Covey? Who was Stephen Covey? He has come out with wonderful book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That is what I think this slide is talking about. It talks about be proactive. Morning I explained to you what is proactive. Don't wait for something to happen. Change the situation. Otherwise, situation will forcibly change you. Don't wait for something to happen. Begin with the end in mind. Fantastic. What you want to achieve, think about that and then plan the activity. Just don't start. What we do in India most of चलो start चालू करते हैं देख लेंगे बाद में क्या होगा. That's what our philosophy. He said nothing doing. You must say what we need to achieve. Then start ulta. Put first thing in first. What is important? That is most important. Think win-win. We talk about that. No win-lose, lose-win. Means it is a collaboration. What is my weakness and what is somebody's strength? I am trying to combine 1 + 1 is equal to 11. Is it not? That is win-win situation. Said first to understand, then to be understood. This regarding the communication I am talking about here. We always had a communication problem. So to put yourself into somebody's shoes. Why he wants it like that here? Communication between senior management, supervisors, workmen, or like this also. It talks about that. It can be applicable here. Synergy. Synergy means a strength about here. Everybody is thinking in the same direction. That is the importance of vision, mission, and deployment of through quality policy, quality objective. Now we have to understand why ISO is insisting of quality policy, quality objective, because you are connected with that. It is not just written and somebody signed by the chief executive officer. Each and every statement, you are part of that. You are making it happen. And that is where we are talking about synergy, right from director to the workman. He is thinking in the same direction regarding the company's operation or company's progress in the same direction. Synergy. And last but not the least, which I was talking about long back, sharpen the saw. As an individual, I need to keep on upgrading myself. If I am a corporate trainer, I have to keep on learning new things, keep on reading books, keep on understanding what is happening around so I can give the example, like this here. So whether you are into a manufacturing, whether you are into quality department, whether you are into marketing, digital marketing is now the new thing. I must understand what is it talking about here. If you are into production, operation, again digital marketing also coming, maintenance, total productive maintenance. So many new things are every day coming out here. How do you adjust myself into that? So I must align, very important for everybody, including people like us also. Otherwise, people will not call us. So we talk about how do you get myself ready to face the challenges. The challenges can be different. So for that, sharpening the saw. What is that people are calling you because of that? That has to be top class. You will be number one into that, then and then only thing. Similarly, for the company, if your product has to be top class, for that, everything what is new, what is innovative, you need to look into that. So therefore, even 7 habits of effective people, though it is more of a HR related or personal development, they are also applicable in our organizational development process. Clear? Okay. This you can read that. It will just simple example. Good. So is it clear now? We are now shifting to another chapter. Good. Okay. So can I go ahead? चालू करें आगे.
हाँ जी.
Good. So now, very important, we have been talking about cost of, okay, cost of quality or cost of conformance or cost of poor quality or cost of non-conformance. Okay. As you say, cost management is the most prime thing in every organization, So we need to worry whatever we are doing it here. Is it meeting the requirement? If not, what is wrong? And then we need to make it tangible, measurable, and then work on that. Okay. So it is applicable not only in the manufacturing industry, also for service industry. As a matter of fact, in service industry, the cost of poor quality is about 40 to 50%. Whereas in nowadays in manufacturing industry, it has come to 20 to 30%. Because manufacturing has everything is tangible, everything is measurable, Whereas in service industry, like say hospitality or in a hospital or in a bank, many things are intangible. People say we cannot measure, that is not possible. Now everything has to be measured. Nowadays we are doing customer satisfaction survey for that only. Even tangible thing has to be converted into intangible thing and intangible into tangible and measurement. So let us talk about what do you mean by cost of quality, cost of conformance, cost of poor quality, and cost of non-conformance. Okay, yeah. Yes. What you can look here is a iceberg. Below that there is a water. If you see in the ice floating in the water, some portion is seen, other is below the ice. Okay. So that is what is talked about here. When you talk about the defects in your operation, what is visible is rework. We know how much our rework has gone. Waste, physical waste, can scrap, which has been sold to the market. How much time it is going for inspection, downtime of the machine, recall, product recall, more prominent in the auto industry or in pharma industry, customer returns, customer not happy with the product. Amazon is asking now, if you are not happy, return the product. That's what you call customer returns. And training costs. Like these are visible. What is not visible is below the things. So how do you take care of that? So that's what you're talking about here. So As an organization gains a better perspective of cost of poor quality, the hidden portion of the iceberg becomes apparent. So इधर तो काम होता है. Generally we work little bit here, but that is just a very piecemeal. What is not been addressed is a big things that we are talking about. See now here, what is below things? Hidden elements of cost of poor quality, both tangible, which can be measurable, and intangible, which cannot be measured. Let us take one of the example. We are talking about paperwork late, overtime, inventory, incorrect sales order given. If you read all these things are there, last is coming dissatisfied customer. What is not coming now? Loss of goodwill, loss of order, loss of customer. At the end of the day, what happens? If you don't take care of this here, you are going to lose the customer. And one customer loss is 10 customer loss because he's going to tell, don't go there. They are not responding. So that's what very important. So therefore, cost of quality has to be properly understood to make cost of poor quality to minimum. It can be possible to make it zero, but understand what makes you adherence to cost, and if don't do, what happens, what are the action on that. So there are 4 aspects of cost of poor quality. We are going to see that here. Okay, yeah. Here are given some example. You can read that. Let us see now. I will read for you. Cost data for a particular company. Sales turnover is 41 lakhs. Return. What is return? Customer ने वापस भेज दिया. So, hence the net income is around 40 lakhs. Now, what is the cost of manufacturing? Labor, material, and other overhead expenses. It comes to how much? 35.94 lakhs. Okay, is it clear? So, sales का कितना है और expenses कितना हो गया? But that is not end. Now, therefore, this cost of quality, there are some aspect called positive aspect and some called negative aspect. What is positive? If you put some effort on that, which is going to reduce your cost of poor quality. So that is positive. You must keep on doing more work there. दूसरा है negative. Even you do all these things, something happens. That we talk about a negative. So here we are divided that into 4 aspects. Appraisal cost and prevention cost, which is a positive aspect. Like here, we are doing some training. We are taking some additional equipment, which is better. So we are preventing some problem. So this cost is necessary. Training is necessary. So all those costs are natural. They are positive. So that is has to be required. Appraisal cost means we are checking something, calibration we are doing, and then testing we are doing it here. For that we got some equipment. For that we are training the people. So it is appraisal. What is available, is it okay or not okay? So these 2 costs are must. So they are positive costs. So here we are talking about prevention cost so much lakhs, appraisal cost so much. The total cost of quality, cost of quality here is 2.7 lakhs. Now what is CONC? CONC stands for cost of non-conformance. इतना करने के बाद भी प्रिवेंशन ट्रेनिंग देने के बाद फिर भी हमारा रिजेक्ट हो गया. So because we talk internal failure cost, what is internal failure cost? Rework, reject, which has not gone to customer. But there are something which is external failure cost. The product has been approved, tested, and it has gone to customer. And customer is unhappy, it is not performing there. So what do? You recall that, you send some person there, He will go by air travel, he will stay in the hotel, he will do something work there, So that is a cost which suppose should not be there. And what is internal failure cost? Your rework, rejection, these are all this one. They are taking place. You all know that here. So in this company, it was 4 lakhs and 3 lakhs. Total was 7.3 lakhs. Is it not? So therefore, total cost of quality is 2.7 plus 3.7. Okay. Positive plus negative. Negative has to be minimized and positive has to be enhanced. Don't make that here. So now let us work out what are the different parameters you are talking about. So find relative contribution of various cost element. Find cost of quality. We talk about just now here. Cost of non-conformance, cost of poor quality, percentage over the sales, because management want all these figures in percentage value and find out ratio of cost of quality, cost of non-conformance, poor quality and profit. So let us see whether you can understand that. We'll read it here. It's very easy, not difficult. See what prevention cost कितना था 0.2 2 lakhs था divided by 10 was my cost 100 into 2%. Appraisal cost was 25%. The idea normally you have to increase initially prevention cost. Once you prevent something by proper training, by proper calibration, your appraisal costs keep on reducing. So no problem. We talk about it. Appraisal cost 25%. So cost of quality 2.7 total 27%. Internal failure 40%. External failure 33. So total cost of non-conformance कितना हो गया 33 sorry 40 plus 33 total 73 cost of non-conformance. But total cost of quality, if you want to say 100%, because positive plus negative, like this here. So just to repeat, I am telling it here. In cost of quality, we have got positive element, we got negative element. Positive element is prevention plus appraisal, which we have to do more and more, so that C&D, which is internal failure and external failure. The internal failure, anyway, it can be manageable, but external failure is absolutely dangerous because customer is totally unhappy and he is going to tell that to 10 different people. So that is why before the dispatch take place, take 100% okay, that product which has been going out of my premises is the what customer wanted. Otherwise comes to the defect or overhead cost, something like that, or the cost of external failure, which is most dangerous and which is very costly. And at the same time, what is happening when you are doing rework? When you are doing something, you are losing the time. In that time, you could have made some new product. So lost opportunity, because your people, your machine is busy in making something correct which was not done. It should have been done first time right. वो नहीं हुआ तो उसके लिए आप टाइम खर्च कर रहे हैं, और टाइम कर रहे हैं, पीपल को बुला रहे हैं, मशीन को दो मशीन चला रहे हैं. This was not necessary if everything was done properly earlier. In this time, you have worked on rework, but this time I could have made more number of products which could have been sold in the market. So that is the importance of understanding cost of why is it important to reduce the rework or reject, because reject is not going to scrap. You say scrap, हम rework scrap को हम recycle करते हैं, but उससे भी पैसा ज़्यादा है ना, recycle करने में easy नहीं है. You spend energy on that to make that happen. So just because scrap is giving you money back, it doesn't mean it's good for you, because you are supposed to generate first time right and every time right. You are not getting a money to generate a product which is going to go scrap. So for that, that's the importance of prevention is better than cure. So are you understood the customer requirement properly? Are your process properly monitored? Are your material is to the specification? Are your design engineering into right way? Your maintenance is proper, people are properly trained. So product which is coming first time right, every time right. and it is coming just in time, so that inventory is minimized. It will not go to finished goods. It will go straight away to the customer through transportation. Otherwise, we are happy. Our finished good is full, sir. People say we are happy, finished good पूरा भरा हुआ है. But your money is lost. Your money is locked there. It is not gone to customer. Customer is not paid for that. And if he is not paid for that, you are losing money. So idea is there. That is we learn this in our module 4, pull and push system. Unless until customer is asking, whether it's an internal customer or external customer, don't produce if not required. Just in time. Very important concept we learn in volume 4. Otherwise, we are happy, sir. हमारा पूरा गोडाउन भरा हुआ है. प्रोडक्ट जो भी चाहिए हम भेज देंगे. But inventory is piling up there. एक जमाना था, we say inventory is asset. कुछ भी हो जाएगा, प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हम कुछ भी भेज सकते. Now they say inventory is a killing. It is locking your investment. So minimize the inventory. That is where we talk about 7 waste stock management, just in time. We talk about all this in inventory management. In cost of poor quality, what I am talking about here, put adequate effort on your appraisal system, which is called audit, appraisal system called proper checking, proper maintenance system, proper design operation, all these are there, which make the product. Prevention is also better because it talks about training for the people. You do audit, you do internal audit, you do external audit, compliance audit. All these are part of a prevention. Now, you need to spend time on that so that your system is foolproof. And when you do something, internal failure will be minimized. External failure also will minimize. So I'll repeat, cost of poor quality has got 2 elements, positive aspect, negative aspect. Appraisal cost and prevention cost has to be done properly, balanced, whereas minimization will take place on internal failure cost and external failure cost. So it's very important tools. Nowadays, most of the Indian industries, which are well known, have this concept. It has only come after total quality management. I've been talking, it has only come after 2000 because people are not even aware of it. What do you want to cost of poor quality? Okay. Even that now, this percentage doesn't going to help us. We need to talk in terms of money because management is interested not in percentage, in money. Now, 10% of quality cost is going to cost me 1 crore rupee. The management will jump into the chair. So people are therefore talking about don't put anything on the percentage. Convert that percentage into rupee. Then the management will definitely see what is going to happen, why it is happening. And then this type of initiative will take the prominence. No, that is where that percentage is not going to make a difference. Tell me, we talk about in Six Sigma, parts per million, 2% reject, 10% reject, doesn't make any difference. But I am saying I got 300 parts reject in 1 million operation, something I know some quantification required. So when you talk about Six Sigma, I will cover that. But here I am covering cost of poor quality has to be minimized by cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. What is conformance? Meeting the requirement. Cost of non-conformance? Not meeting the requirements. Okay. Like when I say delivery, he want delivery in 2 days, I am giving delivery in 3 days. I delivered it to 3 days, but 1 day delivery, I am not going to accept now. The competition is like that, or don't, 1 day delivery, I want yesterday. बोलता ना, I want yesterday, आपने आज दे दिया, तो वो कानून मॉडल में वो क्या, it is not the dissatisfier. आप मेरे को कल परसों देते ना, I would have been happy. आज दे दिया तो वो तो आपको देने का ही था, उसमें क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है. So therefore, everywhere, these concept now you try to understand, they are all connected. So cost of poor quality is also very important element in management theories. Now we are talking about here. Just making a product, selling, finished good. So we got work in process, inventory management also we talk about in very detail now. So everywhere where the money is locked, because once you make the product, your resources are consumed, your material is consumed, your people hours are consumed, and if the product is not stored, it is going to finish good, is no good because money is not coming to back. Even when I say to the customer is not paying to me in time. So I need to do follow-up. कि भैया जल्दी पैसा दे दो because it is going to come back to you again. So therefore, finished goods inventory, raw material inventory, all these inventory has to be properly analyzed. And एक जमाना था, people say our inventory is very good, so no problem, we are happy. Now, inventory has to go towards zero inventory. We talk about inventory turn ratio. How fast the material is converted into product and sold into the market. That is called inventory turn ratio. In Japan, this inventory turn ratio is 60 plus. How fast? Whereas in India, for a very good company also it is 20 or 25. I don't know what is the exact figure now I'm talking about, but there are some exercise which we've done earlier in one of the company. So that's the concept I'm talking about here. Okay. So one of the chapter here, we talk about cost of quality. Cost has to be incurred for having a quality. There is no doubt about here. But in that, there are two elements, positive and negative. Positive has to be enlarged or make it more to make negative thing minimize. Prevent that revert rejection कब कम होगा? When you make first time right, every time right. That's a concept. What is the concept? First time right, every time right. So no revert, no reject. Clear? What? Okay. So you can read that. This is very simple arithmetic. Cost of this one, cost of poor quality like this. Okay. Yeah. So net profit, we will work out and all things are there. These are very simple example. So let us say I written it here somewhere. Cost of poor quality in India typically 3 to 6 times as large as profit. जितना profit नहीं है उससे 6 times I am spending on cost of poor quality. So if I even reduce that cost of poor quality by 1%, my profit is going to go up. So now this has been understood by management. They were earlier not knowing what is cost of poor quality or cost of quality. So now your account department, finance departments are coming into picture. They are analyzing the production figure, the inventory figures, the order in hand, rejection, all figures goes through accounts, through finance to the top management. And then we work out what is happening. So it is not a cost of or even product quality is not only restricted to the operation or to the quality department. It is now going up to the top management and they are very serious about it here to reduce this. Is it clear? So that is what the importance. Nowadays, as far my knowledge is concerned, cost of service industry, we are not working out. Like in bank, we are not even working out what is cost of poor quality because they say everything is intangible. No, we have to convert that into a tangible and as to measure. Whereas most of the Indian manufacturing industry have a top class, the cost of quality is coming to 20 to 30% of sale, which was once upon time 40%, which is now reduced because of this concept. This concept came only after when you start going for just in time, or inventory management concept through total quality management. All these new initiatives come from Japan. That is where things have started. And Indian industry has taken care of that. And that is why it has been included into this important aspect of total quality management. Good? Okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, please. Boliye.
I have one question, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
when it comes to service quality, like
Yes.
in banks, we also
Yes.
look at reports and
Ah,
errors which happen in the report. So that will come over here because I'm seeing internal quality in the book,
ah.
internal failure cost. It doesn't talk anything about report part of it, but it talks about rework and scrap, but it doesn't talk about report. So should we consider report?
Now
I mean, the
you are
time
talking
invested.
about, and you are talking the report. what is
Yeah,
the
so
need?
where am I coming from is
Huh,
generally when in banking sector we generally say that these reports are manual. So
huh,
now I'm automating this report. So there is a cost of poor quality which is reduced.
acha,
So if I have to calculate that cost of poor quality rework, I'll consider. But the time taken to make that report,
huh,
we generally consider it as tangible, intangible. We don't put it under cost of poor quality. But if I have to put it under cost of poor quality,
huh,
इंटरनल फेलियर समझ में आता है बट रिपोर्ट बनाने का जो कॉस्ट है
huh, okay.
द फर्स्ट टाइम राइट कॉस्ट
Yes, yes, correct, correct. So all input for making a report has to be available in time.
या
Then the people who is making a report should be qualified or trained. He
या
should have proper accessories like latest computer or whatever application bank is doing it here. Then the report which will get generated will be the right, is it not? So there are some costs which need to be incurred first to make it something happen, is it not? So once I make training for the people, I make how to make the calculations, everything. So that is the, and then the report is the outcome, is it not? Now the report not coming in time or report not doing properly, it is a cost of poor quality. But in that
करेक्ट
case,
बट इफ
there are
द
some
मेकिंग
element.
कॉस्ट द मेकिंग कॉस्ट
Yes,
that where will I put that I will put it
making cost will come as a part of prevention
okay
cost. Because once I make a report based on some that report has got some element, is it not? Who has to be done
hmm.
properly. So what are the element goes for making a report properly? If the report is properly made, everything will be all right. Na? So initial
Yeah.
money will be spent on how to make the report. You know, so it will
Mm-hmm.
partly come will in prevention, but other will come into a rework or what it may be there. It will come into what is that cost? Negative cost, something like that here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so 3:30. Shall we break for some time?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What is the time now? So 3:30 p.m. Yes. I am in the right track. For cost of quality, I completed. QFDA will come now. Okay, benchmarking will come. Okay, we are in time now. So about 10 minutes, 3:45. Okay.
Hmm.
So just is it going on good?
Yeah.
Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Not too fast, not too, but anyway, lot of reading you have to do. I'm just only touching on the surface. Okay. Your
Hmm.
book is well written. आप उसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So take a rest for some time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Will you start?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So all are there, Patil, Nankana, and
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
So QFD benchmarking, yeah, very good. Yeah, okay. So we are now going to come into a very important aspects what we talk about quality function deployment. Okay, it's a tool. As you talks about tools and techniques, it's again tools for understanding and gauging the customer requirement and convert that into a product requirements. Okay, so basically QFD also referred as a house of quality. It looks like a house. If you see the picture in your book, which is given to you on page number 8.3, you can see some book, a picture. It's something that looks like a roof, and along this side there is some foundation or something like that here. Okay, basically what it does for you and why it is so important. So quality function deployment is written it here, helps for a new or existing product or a service. As when I say product, service is also applicable. The viewpoint of market segment, what is available through competition, what company needs to develop to make those things available, and it comes into a form of systematic deployment from customers' requirement to design to manufacturing process to production process through testing like this here. So basically it talks about that. So therefore, what are these QFD talking about? It first of all prioritize the list of customers and competitors. Who are my customers? What they want? At the same time, vis-a-vis their requirement of product or service, who are the competitor and where do I stand with respect to my competitor? A company with respect to B or company C. Okay. Then it prioritizes the list of customer requirement, what they are looking, what they want. Then it prioritizes the list of how to satisfy, what they want and what we can do. What we means a company can do for that. Like this here, how it will be done. And then it is not always possible, but then the list of trade-off, what best will be done to meet the maximum requirement of a customer. Okay, that we talk about here. And we compromise on that. And then we set a realistic target to make that happen. So basically, QFDA normally referred, if you read in the slides, they are available, but I am just reading from the book for you. There are four main processes of quality function deployment. One is product planning, which is called house of quality. How do you plan the quality to make it happen? Then product design. Once you get the requirement of a customer, what he wants, how do you convert that into a design of design ports? Okay. Then we had a process planning. How do you convert the design into a manufacturing aspects? Okay. So that we call process planning, implementation cycle. And then we got process control. So that once process in place, we control, we monitor, so that we meet the almost all the requirement which we have gathered from the customer. So I'll repeat, it is called house of quality, and it has got 4 phases, and it is normally put into 10 stages which are listed out in the pages. Okay, yeah. Okay. So major differences, it is not about problem solving, but it is for proper planning and problem prevention. Okay, that's the tool which you're talking about. Okay, therefore, QFD provides a systematic approach to identify which requirements are priority for whom. Are they for customer or are they for us? And when to implement and how to implement. Okay, there is a method. So as you talk about just now, I talk about this. I list just now did talk to you like this. Okay.
Sir, 1 second. Go on the earlier slide, no, please, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll just write down the last line.
Ah,
Yeah, thank you.
good. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, all these are, given exactly in the book also, same thing.
Ah,
Acha.
Yeah, QFD chapter. Yeah.
these are taken for the book only. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. This I just talked to you. Okay. Yeah. This also I just spoke to you about cycle. Various cycles we are talking about. I just spoke to you. Okay. This is the important. So this is basically how the sequencing has been done after getting the requirement of a customer. You are conceiving that into a technical specification. Okay. So that it comes to a design department. Means customer requirement. But take us a new car. No, what are the which is coming from the new car? Now those related with the oil or gas consumption, brake speed, high speed, or whatever we talk about various aspects of that car. All those important aspects has to be tabulated, now given into a design department so that they can plan design activity. Now what design department will do? Based on availability, they will convert this into process application, means manufacturing. How is it going to manufacture? What should be the process of manufacturing? Whether it can be related with the welding, or you can use the Amada machine for plotting, or it will be there. Process is converted into. So again, it's a sequencing from customer requirements are converted into design application. Design applications are converted into manufacturing process, and manufacturing converted into actual production, and then the testing. So this way the cycle moves. Now it's not very right now. It looks very simple, but it's easy because it's quite complicated, because many times customers' inputs are very vague. So that needs to be properly understood. A proper brainstorming needs to be done. What exactly will be done with the base resource available, with the type of people available, with the type of competency of the people, because converting into his design is not very easy thing. Design engineering plays a major role for that, and then it comes to the manufacturing setup. What type of processes will be set up, machines will be set up, how they will be monitored, how their testing will be done. So that we decided. And once you do that here, then actually the production start and meet the requirement. So this is the cycle, what basically we are talking about in QFD. Now, there are 10 steps, which is given in the books also. We'll quickly read that. This is something looks like there. Look that's here. So if you here, left side, we can see customer, what the customer wants. That is I. What does the customer want, which is written it here now. we'll take some example here now. Customer importance. Customer wants so many things, but he's also prioritizing the rating of that also. We'll take some example, then things will be clear. So that like this here. Okay. Now, then comes relationship metric. We talk about, okay. First, see one, what the customer wants, customer requirements. Where is it two now?
That
Two
is
is customer importance
rating. That is
Rating.
customer importance
Customer.
rating.
We'll take some example, then
Yeah.
it will be clear. So that will be written out here. Customer rating
Then-
will be 5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2, like this.
Then how to satisfy the
Ah.
customer wants? That's
Ah.
3.
3. That is coming here. Okay.
Yeah.
Top one. Just 1 minute. How to
Yeah.
satisfy customer wants.
Yeah.
That is the capacity or capability of a manufacturer. Whether we can meet or we may not able to meet. That
Or various ways of meeting these requirements. you know.
correct.
So
Okay.
at this stage, probably we will not consider
Ah.
what we can do, but probably what can be done to satisfy that requirement.
Correct.
So we'll keep our mind open in the beginning,
Ah.
saying that okay, these are the requirements and this is
Ah.
the relative importance.
Correct.
So what can we do? And the one which is very important, we have to really look at that and then try to satisfy and find out the way. So, the techniques like brainstorming and, other things can be used. Basically, brainstorming and affinity diagram and other techniques where
Yeah.
you generate alternate, ways of meeting a particular requirement.
Good.
So
Okay.
that is number 3.
3. What is number now?
And there is a relationship matrix.
Yeah.
What is versus how,
Ah.
So what the customer wants and how are we going to meet the requirement, how they are related. So when in the example, it will be clear what
Yeah.
is the relationship between,
Okay.
because we have listed so many house and so many, on the left side, there are one requirements. So are they related? And if the relationship is strong, if it is strong, then we will focus on that. That is number 4. Then there is number 5. So whatever solutions we have said in under 3, how will satisfy? There could be a relation. They may be internally related. If you do this, probably the other thing also will get automatically done. So they are interrelated, or they may be inversely related. We try to do one thing and then the other thing gets affected. So that is the interrelationship, relationship.
There may be a positive
software.
relation or negative relation.
There may not be any relation. That also possible.
Okay, good.
So that is our 5. Then 6 is weighted rating method. Weighted rating. What we do here, we find out what is the weightage to each of these relationship metrics what we identified in 4. For each of these factor, what is in the relationship matrix and the customer wants, we will see in the example how this weightage is calculated. So it will come out, what is very important. Okay. Then there is a competitive assessment on the right side, number 7. Okay. So we will have say 1 or 2 customers or 3 competitors, main competitors, and how are we relative to them? Are we better or poor or fair?
Two customers with a competitor we take.
Yeah. So nowadays with the computer simulation and all, you can have a number of customers, but for understanding, we will take only 2 competitors.
Correct. Good.
Then there is a way to find out target values on technical attributes. So when we get the priority, weighted rating for each of these customer, how are we going to do that? Then that particular way in which we are going to meet the requirements, are they technically feasible? How on that parameter, what is the competitor performing? So target values on the technical attributes we will look at, and then we will evaluate whether we should do it or not do it. And once we arrive at okay, we need to do it, then what is the degree of technical difficulties? If you want to do that, then how difficult it is to do, or how easy it is to do. If it is very difficult, then we might reschedule. We might take it next financial year. This financial year it may not be possible. Those who are low-hanging fruits, very easy to do with less technical difficulties, without any changes or without any additional acquisition of, say, machinery. Then we will go in for that first, and then we will take the next one. So this is how the QFD House of Quality very, very systematically summarizes everything in one page. So Japanese always look for one one point lesson, for example, So there's not more than one page should be the lesson for the operator, or even for the top management, if they have to understand a for end-to-end process, then it should be in one page. You cannot give them 10 pages. So like that, this this also is invented by a Japanese scientist, this particular method of House of Quality. And with the example, you will be able to understand that.
So there are 10 steps.
Yeah. Abhi aap le le.
We will not go into detail. Page
Yeah.
8.2 talk about 10 steps of quality function deployment, which already shown here. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Just now he has explained to you in this here. Let us take some examples whether we can able to correlate that properly. Here now we are talking about what customer wants.
So there's a camera example, no?
So what are the example given? Somebody wants a camera, is it not something like that?
Yeah, designing a new camera.
Camera, correct.
So then the example explains how the House of Quality is prepared for this particular task of designing a new camera. Okay. So they go to the customers and find out what are their requirements. So you have to approach your key customers. For example, the manufacturing companies, if they are supplying to a consumer durable product, then they know who are the customers. The housewives, for example, are the key customers who use the consumer durables, and they will be able to give the, requirements properly, not otherwise. If you are a manufacturing company supplying, say, business to business, then you must look at, you may have 100 customers, but 80-20 principle, that most of the business is given by, say, 4 or 5 customers. Out of 100, 4 or 5 customers will give you 75% of the business. So you must go to those 5 key customers and ask what are their requirements. So therefore, asking the right customer is very important. They will tell you. So in this example, the people who use this camera. So YouTubers, for example, nowadays a lot of YouTubers are using the camera. The TV channel crews, they are using cameras, professional cameras and all. So those are the people whom the company should go and ask. So this company asked and they found that these are, say, 5, for example, 5 requirements they gave, that it should be lightweight, So while traveling and handling, it should be light. It should not be very bulky. Earlier days, the cameras used to be so bulky.
Very bulky.
Then it should
Easy
be
to use.
easy to use. Even people without understanding anything, they want to use a mobile phone, for example, the bhajiwalas and everyone, they are able to use the mobile phone. So navigation should be easy. The top screen should be navigable and all that. Those things are there. So easy to use. Then they said reliable. The camera should be reliable. So when you go there and find out the camera is not, opening, the shutter is not opening. Earlier days, the shutter used to get locked. So it's not reliable. At the last moment, you will find the battery is down. There was no indication, but the battery is down. So there may be many things. The camera has to be reliable. Okay. Then there may be many aspects of reliability, like in various conditions, like when it is raining, it should be working. Right? When it is very hot, it should be working. Low humidity, it should be working. Right? So the camera should be reliable. Then I said easy to hold, steady. Otherwise, camera moves and you don't get the proper picture.
Correct.
Blurred picture will come. So while you hold it, proper grip should be there. It should be easy to hold steady. And color correction. This is another feature. color correction. I don't understand technically what is the meaning of that.
Hmm.
Probably, the color which is yellow should look yellow and not white, right? So that maybe that's what they are looking at. The color should be coming correct. Okay.
So that is one. Now they
So
are
that is
giving
one.
the
Yeah.
importance of this,
Yeah.
which is important. Of these 5, 4, 3, 2, they are given the some
Correct.
number. Means most important is reliable,
Reliable.
followed by easy to use, then lightweight, then easy to hold, 2
Correct.
and 1. Means
Correct.
actually they want everything, but as a
But-
design engineer, I have to understand now
What is
they
most
want.
important?
From the priority wise, they say first reliable anyway, that's most important. Easy to use also because it movable. Like that they have given import. So we have cleared them what they want and what are their priority for from the importance point of view. Okay. Yeah. Next.
Yeah, change the next slide.
This,
Okay. Now, how to satisfy these requirements which were identified in the slide one, no? Earlier slide, is that we can have low electricity requirements. Now, is there a relationship between the requirement and this? Low electric. So reliability, for example, as I said, no, it should be working for longer time, otherwise within 15 minutes the battery is down. So it should not consume too much of electricity so that it can work for longer time. So that's why, they said we should design, we will meet this requirement in a way that, the battery will last long. So the camera should have will have a low electricity requirement. That's how we'll do. Then second, what we will do is that, we will use aluminum components which are lighter in weight, the
because they
alloy.
want light. So
Light.
we are using aluminum component.
Aluminum
No,
component.
because they want light camera to be light. Okay.
Then correction probably is related to that autofocus,
Yeah.
So there is no need to, change the aperture and, other things.
Automatic, yes.
It adjusts itself. It's an autofocus. Right?
Yes.
So distance wise, whatever distance it is nowadays, all the mobile cameras, I think they are autofocus. So you don't have to adjust the lens. Autofocus. Then auto correction is another way, and paint palette is another way. So these are various ways, technically, I'm not able to explain how they are related to the requirements, but some expert has, devised this, how we will do this. And then the ergonomic design should be there so that, easy
So
to
it will
hold.
not affect, it will be easy to operate. It will not strain your eyes.
Correct.
It will not too much weight on your hands.
Correct.
Not too much movement of your legs.
Right.
This is called ergonomic. Which our, our computer stationery, our computer, this all are basically ergonomically designed. So it will not strain your eyes.
No,
You don't have to bend too much. Hold it like we are sitting it here. Our furniture, how it is designed in the office nowadays, it's totally ergonomically designed by minimizing the movement of hands, eyes, coordination proper, so that you don't get any exhausted by the end of the day. That is called ergonomic design. Okay,
Right.
next.
So in actual situation, you will have maybe 10, 15 of this, how we will meet the requirement, but for understanding, just 5 have been identified here. Right?
Okay.
Now, next one, you can look at.
Next,
Yeah.
okay.
Slide, next slide, sir.
All right.
Now, this lightweight, easy to use, reliable, easy to hold, study, and all that. Relationship, how strongly they are related with the requirements is given here. So the double circle, dot and circle means they are very, very high relation, heavily related. Then a circle is medium relationship and a dot is low relationship, and weightage given is 5, 3 and 1. So this is how the weightage is given, means lightweight is related to this one. It's one is it is category priority wise it is 3, and relationship wise it is low relationship with the overall requirements. It is related, but low requirements. Then with the first thing, you remember the first one was battery, that is low electricity requirement. We will design the camera so that low electricity requirement is there. And so lightweight, how it is related? It is having very less relationship, isn't it? Second one, lightweight and use of aluminum. Second, how we'll do it was aluminum, using aluminum. So it is a medium relationship. I think it's a very heavy relationship as per me, but the author has given this relationship as medium. So we'll give the weightage of 3. Like that. So is this step clear? We are trying to relate, these requirements into how are we going to meet, and these two things, how they are related. How is there a high relationship, medium relationship, or low relationship?
Actually, we can explain to them where there is a high relationship. Any example here? High relationship.
That lightweight is a requirement, and if you go to the previous slide, the number 1 was low electricity requirements. So lightweight and low electricity requirement are very, they have no relationship in fact.
Relation, yes, correct.
So therefore, low relationship is indicated and weightage is given as 1. Is that clear, Janka? Are you getting that?
May not be clear, I think. Let them ask, I think. They need to read it a little bit more in detail.
No, this is very simple.
Yes, sir, I am able to follow you.
Yeah, okay.
Very
Praveen,
good.
are you getting it? Requirements जो है, or how are we going to meet? Are they related? This is what this matrix is showing, and it will be used in the house of quality as we go further,
Okay.
Mandlekar sir, I have another presentation, same example, but in a different sequence. So, that I will use.
Because this is very detailed, we make a small thing
Yeah.
and we can tell them.
I
You
think
can
in
just,
in the final one, can you go to next slide?
Okay.
Go further. नीचे जाइए और नीचे जाइए.
This is important. This is house of
Ah.
quality.
So, that total house of quality is shown where we can explain there, so no need to go individually. So go to the final slide.
The final slide.
हाँ, जाइए नीचे जाइए. और नीचे.
Now this is where a competitor is coming, na?
Yeah, competitor is also coming.
So now they know where they are.
Correct.
You want further down?
Further down, yeah. Further down.
Ah.
This one, So here we were at step number 4, where we are looking at the relationship. Here can you see that 4? Lightweight is related with aluminum components, and it is showing a medium relationship. Barabar na?
Now that relationship where it's shown?
That relationship is shown by a circle.
The top one.
Top one,
Okay.
So
right.
on the horizontal side, lightweight. On the vertical side, aluminum components.
Yes.
And the cross section of that is shown by a circle, which indicates medium relationship.
Okay.
I thought it should be the high relationship, It should be have been, dot and circle.
Okay. Next, any other thing? Let us check that.
Yeah. The other thing is lightweight, and the third is autofocus. They are not related, so there is no relationship shown there. It is blank.
Correct.
The next
Autofocus, auto correction.
Auto correction,
paint
no relation. No relation. But the last one, equipment design,
ergonomic
design, and lightweight, they are related. Weak relationship is there. Okay. So like that, each one we can, identify what is the relationship. Is it weak, medium, strong, or no relationship? Blank means no relationship. Okay. So up to this, I think it is clear, right?
Good. Okay.
Then go to serial number 5 is indicated where top one, that
Top one.
roof,
Roof.
where we are talking, is there a interrelationship between how are you going to meet the requirement? So if you look at low electricity requirement, okay,
Yes.
and go with that in the right hand direction, okay. Okay. So it gets you when you come down first square, when you come down, you come to aluminum components, isn't it?
Then come again.
That low electricity requirement,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
You go, there is a triangle and then there is a square.
Okay.
Square, then go down, there is a triangle and it
Hmm.
indicates to aluminum components. है ना, ऊपर गए एक बार, फिर नीचे आ गए. Low electricity requirement, triangle, square, come down to the triangle and you have aluminum components.
Okay.
Now, there is no interrelationship between these two, isn't it? So
But they have shown,
therefore, nothing is shown there, that the square is blank.
no, but then one shown is, that top one. Circle.
Then the second square
Ah.
under low electricity requirement,
Hmm.
second square is shown a strong relationship, है ना? They have shown relationship.
Okay.
So why? Because you come 45-degree down and it leads you to autofocus.
Okay.
So what they are saying, there is a relationship between low electricity requirement and autofocus.
Okay. So you have to
This is the way you have to read.
that why to why or how to find out relation between are not there. That we are shocked about.
Yeah. Between
Okay,
this.
let them go into detail.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
go ahead.
I think I have explained one or two, so they should be able to do the rest of them.
Okay. Take it.
Then once that is done, you again come down and look at 6 where they have calculated weighted average.
Okay.
Weighted average is calculated. So this weighted average is column wise, that 22, you are seeing that 22 first column, so it is calculated by multiplying the importance which is given in the second column. It is 3, 4, 5 to 1. So 3 into the dot means 1, so 3 into 1, 3. Then 4 into 1 is 4, so 7. Then 5 into 2, because the circle, 3, circle indicates 3, 1, 3, 5,
10.
So 5 into 3 is 15. 15 plus 7, 22.
Acha. Okay.
And rest of them, there is no relationship. So therefore, it is blank. And so that's how you get the weightage 22.
Aluminum component, it is 9. How it is come 9?
Yeah. Because the customer has rated it as 3. And this is medium relationship. That means 3.
Okay.
3 into 3 is 9.
Very good.
So like that you calculate for all the columns. So you get 22, 9, 27, 27, 32 and 25.
Good.
So the highest weightage is coming to column 4, that is paint weight and 32. Paint palette, 32. Yes, 32, So that gives us an indication that that is the most important thing to be focused on.
Okay.
That is 6. Then we come to 7, which is competitor A and competitor B.
Yeah.
Okay. So competitor A, we find out on the first parameter, lightweight.
They are good.
They are very good. उनका कैमरा बहुत हल्का है, ठीक है. Second पे easy to use also they are good. Then reliable, they are failure.
They are failure. Yes.
Then easy to hold, good.
Good.
And color corrections is just pass.
Acceptable.
Yeah. Then competitor B is pass, good, pass.
Like that. So we are comparing with respect to them.
With this one. Then technique come to number
Eight.
8.
Eight.
7 page we have seen, now
Target
8.
value.
Target value on technical attributes. You know?
Hmm.
So 0.5 amp, you know, is the technical specification. Low
That is because of
electricity
electricity requirement, they
Ah.
have decided 0.5.
0.5
Hmm.
is what it should be.
You must get 0.5.
0.5.
That is where the design engineer, you can use battery or whatever it may be, a 2 battery series or whatever it may be. 0.5 is requirement.
0.5.
Yes.
They are, you know, it is coming to 0.5,
Hmm.
which our camera design will have 0.5 amp. Okay?
Correct. Yes.
Then second is aluminum component. 75% of the components are aluminum
Okay.
in our case. Okay.
Hmm.
In our case, it is 75%.
Hmm.
Then this is
Autofocus.
autofocus specification is given. Like that, these are the specifications, right?
Good. Okay.
Now, what are the competitor specification? Competitor A 0.5 amp के बदले उसका 0.7 amp है.
0.7 दिया है क्या?
ये लिखा है ना competitor A 0.7.
No, that is given where?
ये 0.
Okay.
हाँ,
Okay.
7. ठीक है.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then 60% of the components are aluminum components in competitor
Okay.
A. Then this is autofocus. Yes. Auto correction. So these are the parameters they have given competitors comparison vis-a-vis ours. Competitor B is 0.6, 50% yes to okay, and ours is 0.5, 75% yes to okay, right?
Okay.
Now, if you have to implement these things, which are listed here under 3, that is low electricity requirement, aluminum components, and all these requirements, then technical difficulty in case of number 1, it's very difficult to achieve that.
Oh, 0.5 ampere.
Yeah. So going for this low electricity requirement is a difficult task.
Difficult job, yes, correct.
Aluminum components, it is easy task.
Okay.
Like that. So 3, 4, 2, 2. So how difficult or easy it is, So like that, this house of quality finally gives us, where are we vis-a-vis the competition, what we should do, how difficult it is.
Correct.
And then this goes to the design department. And then they will design the product accordingly.
Yes.
So house of quality basically perform the first step in concept level, understanding the customer requirements and understanding what is required, what is important, what level the competitors are.
Coming out with the design parameters.
And vis-a-vis the competition, where are we? So that once this information go to the design department, they incorporate all the things and they ensure that their product is better than the competition. Correct? And then, of course, the converting into the process requirements, manufacturing requirements.
At this stage, I think this is okay for them, I think.
Yeah. I think, once they go through the example, which is explained in the book in a detailed way.
They may have to read little bit much more in detail.
Yeah.
And they will try to understand.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
Good.
So we can go to the next chapter actually,
Okay.
because we are running short of time.
The same customer requirement, design character to specific component to specific component, but to production process, how you are going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And from production process, they are going to actually quality plus. So that's what deployed take place here. Okay. So good. No problem. Thank you. So again, we need a full, because it's a very complicated and not very easy thing. So that is a full support of top management. They should not in between है ना बहुत कुछ हो गया अभी नहीं करेंगे ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. That is why top management, strong technical know-how. You need to a very good design department with R&D. That's the capability. That is what required. Like Honda or Nissan. If you take the car manufacturers, that huge, or even Tata R&D you are talking about. So that they are talking about. Naturally, multifunctional and knowledgeable team with the competent facilitator. Yes, very knowledgeable, very senior management person who is acceptable, like any other leader who is going to do that and accepted, very knowledgeable. And of course, very important, as just now we're talking about QFD training at various level, to understand, material specification, So maybe related with the light system for if it is a camera. So depending upon particular thing, what your product related to. We need to expert. Somebody is a paint expert. Somebody is that expert. So a full team will be going to work on that. So like that here. And target value to be achieved, of course, to be decided by the maybe a total team, and the product will start manufacture and deliver. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Naturally, very important. Last word is patience. That very important because time consuming, efforts are too much, and the patients ultimately get into result. So it's not very easy job. KFD is a very specific tools, but very useful. Okay. And most of the company who are in the front liners, of respective areas like in car manufacturing or maybe into other area which we were talking about mobile, they must be doing all these things to come out with best among the best. Good. Okay. Yeah. So we have about still half an hour too. We'll come to that now. Next, we have been talking about benchmarking. Yes, any idea what exactly benchmarking means? Who will tell me? Santosh, सुना है क्या benchmarking क्या होता है? प्रवीण, जानकाना का तो मालूम होगा. Yes, madam. क्या है benchmarking?
Benchmarking, generally, we do it with the competitors.
Yes.
And we generally pick up a particular product and then see what is the competitor offering
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. So
हेलो
basically, हाँ, yeah.
सर बेंचमार्किंग में क्या है जो टॉप रैंक रहेगी सपोजेड वी हैव सम टेस्टिंग विद प्रीफोल्डिंग वैल्यू
हाँ.
and most top value if the carton yeah is the product is higher side
हाँ.
all about 10 values so we have calculated as a benchmark for all of the others best
So, no, in short, what I'm talking, who is the best in that particular area? Maybe a product, can be a process
yeah
benchmarking. A benchmarking can be for anything also. You are the
yes
HR policy, HR department. You want to do what are the best HR policies. So I will work out with some company all over the world who are the top. So whether study that system, actually there is one benchmarking association available at Hong Kong or Singapore, Hong Kong. Information generally problem with the benchmarking is the information availability is not very easy because nobody will like to give that information. So there is an association available who normally make this available at a cost, like this here. But basically benchmarking is an improvement tool for knowing what is available or where we are with respect to the competition. And if I want to start to meet that requirement, what I need to do. So like QFD, we got 10 different processes. Similarly, we'll see what Xerox is doing for benchmarking. Okay. Like see now. So what are the challenges or something like that? Okay. So benchmarking.
Generally, at HDFC Bank, what we used to do is if it is loan, then we will, look at what are the features for that personal loan offered by Yes Bank,
Yes,
then what SBI offers. So
correct.
that way we used to pose as a customer and we
Yeah.
used to call them up or visit their branch and collect the
Yes,
details.
correct. Means benchmarking can be for anything. You talk about various aspects like that. It can be for process, it can be for product, it can be for delivery system. Now, suppose there is a courier company. Suppose courier company want to do benchmarking. So they will do with whom? Let us see now who is the best in the courier. Any idea? It is DHL.
Blue Dart is there for
Blue Dart,
domestic
or it may
and
be. So if you want to do in India, we may say Blue Dart, or the world it can be DHL. Or maybe let us talk about any other product which we're talking about. Milk. Let us talk about milk. Who will be, one company, let us say Govardhan Milk, want to compete. So with whom they will compete? Or try to understand maybe with Amul, something like that here, Amul ice cream or like this here. So idea is there, we ourselves decide who is the best among our operation, and then try to follow. And it's a very involved process. So it may not be just overall just copying something. Benchmarking is not just copying. Benchmarking is basically trying to understand what they do, how they do, and where it is possible for us to refine our process to make it happen. Okay. Uh, that way benchmark is not very successful in Indian context, because people are secretive for sharing the information and like this here. But just now you talk about the example of banks. So HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, or many other Axis banks are there. Various things, loan sanctioning methodology is there. Customer retention methodology is there. ATM related issues are there. So how fast, basically, why we do benchmarking? Because we want to improve. As I always, at the back of the mind, organization want to keep on improving their operation, so to retention of customer. So benchmark is to do that, so that we are sustainable in the market, or we are even ahead of the market. So that was the idea of that. Okay. So that was improving ourselves, learning from others. That's very important, so that we need not to spend time, energy, money in reinventing the wheel. Already we know who are the best, and take care of that. Like just a courier, we got DHL, or in the photocopy, we got a Xerox, so we want to do like this here. So similarly, something like that we can talk about here. So therefore, Wikipedia defines benchmarking as a process of comparing one business process and performance metrics to industry best practices from other industries. Dimensions typically are maybe one of the parameter quality, quality of the time, delivery time I'm talking about, cost control, So we can either take a end product, or you take a process, or you take a full product also. So benchmarking can be a different thing. We will come up to that example. So development of an understanding of fundamental lead to success. Yes, focus on again continuous improvement. Management of overall change to close the gaps. Okay, no problem. Okay. If you can read it here, I want to show that slide. Just now, identify the best and proactive visits to customer by local heads or department. Because normally senior people has to do that, because they are acceptable in the market is there. So they will get access to the information. Okay. Best practice implementation. Then standardize or institutionalize as a process we were talking about. Internalize best practices. Make your standard operating procedure in line with that. Your checklist in line with that, so that you do all the operations which lead to the top class operation which you're looking, whether in quality, whether you're in production, whether you are in calibration, something we've been talking about here. Okay. Yeah. Like suppose management institute, let us say today in India, they want to benchmark for their operation with IIM Bangalore want to do something, with whom they will do? Yes? Any answer? IIM definitely don't want for everything, but maybe selection of maybe faculty, there is a process, because faculty makes the difference, So what is the practice followed? So maybe they will benchmark with the Harvard, Harvard, which is the best among the best, like that here. So what do you want to do? Maybe course curriculum, setting up the course curriculum. Where we are, where the Harvard is there, can be like this here. So everybody try to compare. Like maybe, suppose I am at Wellinger. Wellinger like to today compare with the IIM Bangalore, or with IIM Ahmedabad, which is the best in India right now. So we assume something according to that, and what process or operation maybe we practice, so that need to be studied from that point of view. Okay. And of course, disseminate the best practices to everybody. That's what I had written here. Process benchmarking. How do you, there are different processes are there. You may take selection process. You may take actually result process, or when you deliver the lecture, in personal college, I'm talking about teaching learning process is one very important aspect in a management institution, because syllabus is same, but how a particular management institute deliver that, how much amount of case studies, how much amount of theory, 60-40, then there is a presentation, all those things. The teaching learning process different, like that we talk about here. 6 parameters are there. Normally we do that. So that can be another process. Product benchmarking, particularly the product, like car manufacturers will do for a car. Now the car has been changing for better, for hydrogen, for battery operated, everything, a lot of things there. So product benchmarking, system benchmarking you can do, performance benchmarking. How do you perform with respect to others with the same category or same type of customers? How do you perform? What are their results on those different parameters? And strategic, basically, we've been talking about strategic management concept. This is normally done at a very senior level. So again, how the strategization is done. We talk about vision, mission, all the strategy are talking about the deployment. So that also can be benchmarking. Okay, yeah. So it can be, what is first is there? Just 1 minute. External, 1 minute. Number 2, external benchmarking with the outside we do. What is the first technique? Let me tell you. Process. Internal, yeah. Internal, yeah, that also can, company to company. Now, suppose I get a plant, Kirloskar, or Toyota, the 2 plants, one is at Bangalore and another is some other places. So we can do benchmarking between one factory to another factory also. That is the start with the best, factory to factory benchmarking. Like Maruti, we have 2 factories. One is at Manesar and one is at Gurgaon. Manesar has come recently now. So they may compare Manesar with respect to this one or this other way around here. So internal benchmark. External benchmarking with normally with the competitors. Like maybe Tata will do with Maruti or Maruti will do with respect to Toyota. Like this here. Okay. In Toyota also, I can do how they put the JIT, just-in-time system, or their supplier chain, also another process. So that is also there. That can be functional. It can be accounting function. It can be HR function. It can be quality function. That also can be benchmark. Vertical benchmarking means throughout. I am talking about top to bottom, and horizontal means department to department. That is what we were talking about here. So in short, the benchmarking is talking basically of trying to understand who is the best in those selected or appropriate area which you are talking about, where you are weak or where you want to improve, and then try to study. It takes some time, need to collect a lot of data, do a lot of brainstorming, and then try to put into the system. Of course, management commitment is required. We need a full team needs to work for benchmarking. Okay, yeah, good. Next. Diagnostic tools, then like we talk about administrative processes. Okay, yeah. What is that? I think some good example they are given. Yeah, see now, beautiful example is given. British Army benchmark their logistic operation with that of circus. Circus has got so much amount of animals and this and that. They're moving from one place to another place. They have to find out the place where out of the ground, and discussion with logical permission of so many things are there. Why British Army, Indian Army? I think one of the best logistic you can see is in Indian Army. I can say with confidence. The amount of things, somebody is now at the Silichal, where the temperature is -50. Somebody at the Assam, somebody at the Kanyakumari. Logistics is one of the best, today in Indian Army also. Forget about British Army. I would like to see that somebody must cover our logistics, most of the industry, supply chain management, or even you talk about all this big bazaar and all, they must cover do the benchmarking with the Indian Army system. Supply chain is the best among the best in Indian Army. Forget about other thing. Okay. This is another example. Arvind Eye Hospital benchmark their cataract operation service process with McDonald, totally different. What McDonald does? टिक्की कितने जल्दी अवेलेबल है आपका, how fast is available here. Similarly, the cataract operation is also process, very delicate process, but they say if McDonald can deliver within 5 minutes, cataract operation should also take place there. See what I'm saying? These are entirely different concept, but it's very challenging. So hotel industry benchmark their cleanliness very good and hygiene with that of pharma. Pharma company is the best in the, as far as the housekeeping is concerned, or cleanliness and all, there. So hotel industry, which is visited by a number of people, and these are normal issue of bed cleaning, A&E cleaning, so yes, they benchmark this, how they do it here, and put that into practice the way we are doing, what way going wrong, what is not happening the way it should happen, what are those parameters that can be considered for study, Facing regular infection problem. A hospital in Singapore benchmark time for operation theatre to ICU with that of changing tire of a car in a Formula 44. That is one of the best. You can see tire for Formula, the tire changes in fraction of the second. Have you seen that? Now they are looking for that type of efficiency in their operation theatre. So it's a high level of work need to be required because they are facing a lot of problems. Something like this here. So they're very interesting things, and though it looks very interesting, but not very easy to do that. The idea is that you must benchmark with the best among the best. Then only some improvement will come. Okay. So it need not be from your line of operation, your line of service. That's what you are saying it. It can be from somewhere else also. But ultimately, delivery of product or delivery time or the methodology or concept what you're talking about here. That's a beautiful thing for benchmarking. Good. Glass industry benchmark their transit breakage. Yeah. Rate with that of egg during distribution. Egg is such a ductile thing, it can break anytime. So how that break put into that box, transported from say Badlapur to maybe Andheri or whatever it may be. So lot of the roads are so bad, bumpers are there. The transport fellow who is driving is horrible. His truck is not properly maintained. Now all these are required. That concept is to the glass industry benchmark. They're trying to do that. So very interesting aspect also coming out that, and no trivial things has to be left out. Okay, that's a learning from benchmark. Maybe that's okay. Very important. On-time delivery process for world-class companies was benchmark. This is this is wonderful for Indian companies. Followed by Mumbai Dabewala. They are much ahead in that Sigma. When you talk about Six Sigma, we'll talk about the example of that and how much mistake per transition. Even Mumbai Dabewala is in the Harvard study. They are most illiterate people. There is no organogram for them. They are not literate people. But their Six Sigma level is very high. I think maybe 3 or 4. I'm not very sure right now. When you talk about module 4, I got a case study. We'll discuss on Mumbai Dabewala. So a lot of people are identifying Mumbai Dabewala as a delivery system, something like that. Yeah. Have you understood? Okay, good. Therefore, successful benchmarking takes place in relatively well organization with strong emphasis on innovation. Yes, we have to think entirely out of box thinking we talk about here. Conventional way of working will result only 10% improvement. But unless until we go out of the box thinking, innovation, people will laugh at, when you do benchmarking, people laugh at some fantastic idea, but we have to stick to that. Do the brainstorming, and what is the weirdest idea? Try to do that. It may going to help us. So I don't know because not involved into that. But the idea what they're talking about here, innovation will come when you think out of box. The problem cannot be solved at the same level which is generated. So we need to go a little higher to look into the problem. Okay, sir? Good. Yeah. So So that is what there are, what a different step, what needs to be simple. You can read this, to whom, plan, these are all available there, which we just now explained, performance goals and all things like that. Okay, good. 2 and Xerox for the process. You can read that with them. Just now I was talking Xerox only. Intel, let us, example is that to whom we should benchmark for production system data, for duplication, Xerox, design, like R&D, Intel design is the best. They talk about Motorola for training. Okay. Scandinavian Airlines for service. I don't know. They're not traveling Scandinavian, but other way travel. Honda for rapid product development. Yes. Product development. How fast the Hondas are introducing their product into the market. We talk productionization time, right from design to tooling, to actually set up manufacturing, testing, calibration, purchase. A lot of things are there. Product design is a very complicated things. So that's talking about Honda, also in the various sectors there. Okay, so generally benchmark is done for operational excellence. Say this, we have to improve our operation. Data availability, teaching process, reliability, benchmark quality of teaching process. Like we are given this example, receiving value for result, select highly. Okay, I am. So I think we'll skip this. Okay. They are all available. I will skip that. Good. So we are now coming to the last session. Okay. So that talks about, what is that? Managing point, control point. To DWM stand for daily work management, coupled with PDCA. Anybody knows what is PDCA? I think she must be knowing. Jankana, what is PDCA and PDSA?
Plan, do,
PDCA,
check,
plan, do,
act,
check, act.
Yes, very good.
and
And
study
PDSA?
act. Study act.
Ready or
Plan,
unread?
do.
PDCA become? Okay, so we'll talk about that like this here. I think people are familiar. Quickly, we'll go through that. We have a 10 minutes time. So PDCA is familiar. For any process or any activities, you need to plan, then select the. I think this is simply given it here. I think people are familiar with that. I'm not going to do it in detail. No, you must spend enough time in planning so that you get less time in execution. In Indian company, we do different. We start, चलो चालू तो कर दें, देखेंगे बाद में क्या होता है. वो प्रॉब्लम होता है. So in Japan, they spend 80% time in the planning. So they have no time or no problem in the execution. That is the difference we were talking about. So plan, do, check, act. Whatever has been planned, make as per that, assess whether it has been done or what result we got it, what was expected. If it is expected, then make standard operating procedure, the standard how you have done it here for this. And if not something, then what went wrong, what was missed out, take care of that again, do it again. Normally PDCA become PDSA, it becomes standardized. But once PDCA, it has to be standardized. So it's become SDCA. But standard also need to be changed over the time because things are changing. So again, SDA become PDCA. So this is a continuous cycle. PDCA become SDCA. Standard, again doing it here, like this here. Standard also need to be changed. So these are the various way. PDCA cycle is a very, it is done everywhere. Anything which you plan, whether any activity, like suppose somebody is planning a marriage at home, also planning PDCA cycle is required. Who is going to come? What time is to come? Somebody is booking, like that. So the activities are all there. So it is a individually product based or process based. Plan, do, check, take. It is a Deming cycle like this here. Okay, yeah. SDCA basically, since process need to be stabilized through standardization. I was just talking about that to make it more measurable, predictable, and controllable. SDCA, standardize, do, check. That's what I was talking about. PDCA become SDCA, SDCA become PDCA. Because once PDCA is okay with you, it is a standard way of working. But again, standard has to be changed over the years because standard is the best way of doing something. How to define a standard? Standard is the best way of doing something. But that has with the time. Now something is changing now. So standard also need to be changed. Like ISO standard are keeping changing. Why 87, 94, 2000, 2000 and 2015 and 2000 now 25, 26? Because operational things are changing, external things are changing. So our standard has to meet the requirement. So therefore standard this has been done. Also need a PDCA cycle. It will become again PDCA cycle. So SDCA, PDCA, they are all complementing each other step by step. Okay, improvement cannot and must not be made to process unless again very stable. When you say PDCA cycle, if it is okay, then it is standardized because that's what you're doing it here now. Everything is been done. Now, then only improvement will start. If the process is not stable, you are not able to deliver the way you want, that we call under process control. We'll take care of this. I think maybe Khadagade may be taking tomorrow session, or maybe I think tomorrow we'll talk about stabilization. Okay, yeah. Okay, this will skip. Yeah. So this is what talk about here. PDCA activity like this here. This given in the book. Okay. Now, something very interesting. We are talking about managing point. It becomes your performance area. What is mean by managing point? Khadagade, is Khadagade available? Santosh? Because I want him to speak on that. Managing point are generally by the higher level person. Okay. Managing point, and then there is a control points. Control points are by subordinates. Okay, what they will do. And when that need to be checked, this is called managing point. Now, this is part of it. We talk about DWM, daily work management. What we normally do in any organizations, what normally we are promoting after last 20 years, we are interacting with various Japanese company. We came to know that morning will start with Gemba meeting. What is Gemba? Anybody knows?
Floor walk.
Gemba is a
Floor
Japanese
walk.
word. Huh?
Floor walk.
Or Gemba is a place where the actually activity take place.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe production taking place, so Gemba is a workplace. Okay. So they start with 5-minute Gemba walk. Go through the place. Okay. Then decide what is today's planning. What went wrong yesterday, or what was yesterday thing, have we made about that? What we need to do today, and for that, what resources are available? Just 3 minutes. So start with Gemba meeting. This is called daily work management. This is done at a supervisor and that level. Now, what they are doing it here, those things will be a checkpoints for senior management. Whether everything required to be done has been taken care of here. So daily work management, when you come back to that, is basically by making a point as a checking point, it becomes performance of your subordinate, and you will, okay, means performance monitoring will be done to checkpoint, whether it is done, whether all instrument, calibrated instrument were there in the operation, whether standard operating procedure was followed, okay, whether the production schedule was available. All these are the checkpoints. These are supposed to be checked by the supervisors. Whether these are available, they have done as per that, will be the MP or management point. So management point is different and checkpoints are different. So these are part of a daily management we normally talk. Okay. CP, control point, must come from my area of responsibility because I am the responsible, I am the head of the department, or I am the supervisor who is taking care of here. So that is my responsibility. MP and CP should never be the same. Otherwise, supervisor is and officer at the same level. No, because hierarchy levels wise are different, so they should be always different. Looking at CP, it must be clear what will be the value additions done by system, by manager executing it. Everything we talk about value addition. Okay. MPs and CP should be developed on the plain stage itself in pursuing. Okay, we normally do that here. So we'll now come to daily work management. Okay. KPI. Any idea? What does KPI stand for? Key performance indicators are developed using SMART. We all know what is the SMART principle. Kya hai bhai? Who will tell me what is SMART principle? Yes, Santosh. What does SMART stand for? This is a goal. S for stretch goal. M for measurable. A for achievable. R reachable. And T for time. Something like we're talking about here. So KPI, key performance indicator, K are some key result area. So when you go for a ocean country model, we talk about policy deployment. All this comes basically as a part of that. The key performance indicators are related with your key result area. So every department or even every person has been deployed. What are his key areas and what are his key performance indicators? So there are some example he has given here. Let us check. I am not very sure what we have to explain. I was looking for help for Santosh if it is there. What exactly it talks about? I will come to place where I could able to explain properly. Okay, let us talk about for rejection, rework, customer complaint, accident, absenteeism. We need to take the goal. Stretch goal Y for current year is given Y is equal to 0.5x. Means number of rejection, rework, customer complaint, let us say was 100. X is was 100. Now, my target that it will be 50. Have you understood now? I want to reduce that, is it not? Because these are all bad things. They need to reduce. So, for stretch goal, 100 complaint are per month or maybe per quarter. So, I have taken Y is equal to 50 because I had X is 100. So, Y is equal to 0.5. से हमने ले लिया. Where X is the immediate past year's average, because we talk about last year, so many complaints were there. Now we had in January. So let us work out last year kitna complaint tha. So on an average, we are getting 100 complaints. Maybe on one product, something, because it can be product related only, then only we can solve. Or it can be region wise. In Western region, I got 100 complaints last year. In Eastern, I got 200 complaints. So it can be region wise, product wise, what it be there. You can take it here, X average. Some organization taken X as the best average, no problem. For yield, market share, capacity utilization, I need to on the positive side. So Y, which I want to achieve, should be X, which is of last year. Plus 0.5, because I want to reduce that 100 minus X. This is a typical what we are talking about here. This year, my performance need to be better. Okay, so my yield has to be improved, but I need to also maintain what was my target of last year. I need to definitely go more than that. That was the X, and I am reducing my rework rejection. So therefore, this formula is come. Okay, so something like that can be clear from that. So idea here, when you talk about daily work management, DW is sometimes called daily routine management or routine work management. Actually, most of the companies are doing this. There is nothing new into that. But through Japanese way of understanding, it almost become a standard. I don't know how many companies now are doing this here. The books are available on how to do this one. Regularly reaching out to each and every person. Structure review take place. The first review take place in the Gemba itself. Like this here. Brings the discipline of formal discussion on day-to-day problems. Minimizes communication gap. supervisor telling to the officer, opposite reporting, email, all these are gone cases. Everybody will go to the Gemba, and they will have a meeting there itself rather than in the conference hall. Okay, communication gap. System that provide the ability to manage the department function processes where process elements are defined, standardized, improved by respective process owner. Maybe a design head, production head, quality head, maintenance head, all head works together. See what went wrong, what could be improved. Out of 10 problems we faced, 3 immediately on the site can be solved. You did not have to, but otherwise you start writing a mail. You send a mail, and then I'll say I did not get mail. I have not opened my like this. My company. All these are non-valued activity. He said, come to the Gemba, meet only for 5 minutes. What happened yesterday? What went wrong? And what could be improved today? Just decide. Make a small thing. Even you don't want to make minutes of meeting, it is available to us. Put into that. Go do this here. So that basically concept called management. 7 keys of work planning. Planning and execution of daily plans on a day-to-day basis by everyone in the organization at each level. Normally we do that. Production people do a weekly schedule. Weekly schedule become a daily schedule. Daily schedule become availability of material. All we know now today this is available through your ERP or through your computer. Like this here, based on the top level deployment of what needs to be done, which product like this. So I am sure people are aware of this. Set the task and activity to be executed during the day. That is normally done by the supervisor. Daily plan should be derived from organizer annual objective, yes, because that is normally done. Each department plan need to be focused to fulfill customer. Here I am talking about internal customer, more specific, because there is a chain. I am getting something, so I am customer for other department. So other department must understand what I want, in what quantity I want, when I want. That is more important. I am looking for 11 o'clock and he's giving me 2 o'clock. There's a big gap. I cannot do that here. So therefore, we call department purpose analysis. What is my department role? My department role is to make my customer happy. My customer is my internal customer, and I am also become customer to somebody. Is it right? Like this here? So understand the customer requirement. In this case, mostly for DRA, it is the internal customer. What they want, why they want, and how I am feeling that. If there is a gap, do that gap analysis, make give and take. If you want 100 number by 3 o'clock, not possible. I will give it 75 by 2:30, something like this here. So, because everybody need to be adjusted there, like this. So, this is called department purpose analysis. Another concept we talk about in the like this here. So, day's plan just arrived at the executing daily cycle, and then continuous improvement take place here. Okay, yeah. So, here are some of the timing they given. Safety issues, suppose I want, say how much total time? Not more than 10 minutes. Safety issues, major or minor, 3 minutes. Review communication event, so many minutes. Review improvement, 2 minutes. Report on your PQCDM. What it stands for? P for product, Q for quality, C for cost, T for delivery, S for safety, and M for moral. Okay. So, like moral is intangible, but I need to convert into tangible things. Safety, yes, safety accident. Or we talk about that warning related issues are there. It is before safety, just miss out point, something like call it here. Delivery. How many time deliver when it's supposed to be required? There is always a delay. So the delay has to be minimized. Cost, minimization of cost. Quality, first time right, no river, no reject. So how many time it is happening in a production, in a daily basis, in a weekly basis, in a monthly basis. And when it is become the best That particular day, I need to standardize. Why I could able to get all this value perfectly? Because something has happened that way. I would plan that way. So that become your standard way of working. इस दिन सब क्यों अच्छा था? What happened that day? Nothing happened automatically. Something must have done to make that happen. So that is what you talk about here. Okay. Yeah. Then review action, summarizer, what it meant there. So what they are talking about here? When you meet together for a common purpose. The goal is to make production in time, quality, quantity. Whatever what you want to do there. So that's the role basically DWM talking about here. Okay. So these are some of the accountability board, where you talk about, so that we can skip like this here. No problem. This also some of the review methodology, no problem. Various levels this talking about here, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 3 is a higher level, level 2 is a departmental head, and what type of problem they will discuss. Level 1, they are going to discuss daily day-to problem, housekeeping problem, safety issue, same thing PD just now talk about here. Team leader, production methodology, maintenance methodology, all those things are the higher level, maybe strategy. So everywhere that daily work management practice are taken. Daily work management here, maybe department to department to department. Here, supervisor or section head to other section head, like this here. Here, only supervisor to his workman. So attendance or people who's attending are different. Yes, and parameters expect here, given it here. Improvement through Kaizen, small improvement activity, quality circles, root cause analysis, training. So various initiative will be initiative and some training can be imparted. So that's what. Yes, some of the log sheet, which will not go right now into this. Yeah, some type of major reason for yield loss, very difficult right now to explain here. Okay, so that was the thing what we are from. So I think with this, we are now coming to the end of the session. Now let us go. Have you got all the books now? Everybody got a books? Praveen, Santosh, and Broka. आपके पास बुक है क्या? हेलो हेलो प्लीज अनम्यूट. हेलो हेलो. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir.
Now you now go to the last page of this your book. We'll quickly go through that and we'll end the session. Chapter 12. Chapter 12 सबने ओपन किया है?
या बुक तो सभी को दिया है.
So let us see that. सबके पास है क्या बुक? लाए बुक लाए क्या सबने?
Yeah, they would have the books, sir. So you can you know.
Okay, so shall I go quickly go
Praveen,
through that? And
yeah.
you have to unmute and give me the answer.
Hello, am I audible now?
हाँ
yeah.
correct बोलिए.
Okay.
So आपके पास बुक है?
हाँ जी सर, बुक है.
Good. So let us see some practice question on TQM. जो आज दिन भर हमने किया है उसके ऊपर देखते हैं क्या, whether we are able to do that. Choose correct answers for each question from the alternative given. Okay, you have to unmute and give me answer. The first quality circle in Japan where exclusive technique were used was in the year 1950, 1954, 1690 and 1970. What is the answer? Quick. Morning I talked when quality initiative were initiated in Japan. Which year? After the Second World War, after the 1945 bombing, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Means naturally it has to be after 1945. So the first thing is 1950, where Deming visited Japan and started. So it's 1950. Emphasis on prevention of defects. When I talk in the morning, came in 19th century, 20th century, or 21st century. Quality control become quality assurance prevention, and quality assurance become quality management. So it is 19th century or 20th century.
Sir,
20.
no idea.
Huh?
20th century.
Pardon?
20th.
20th. Ah, good. Okay. Normal customers look for several dimensions of quality: true, false, or cannot say.
True.
False. Good. Because we look many aspects of quality. Europe, USA, and Japan contributed most of the improvement initiative practiced in various organizations in India. True, false, cannot say. What is the answer? In India, if it is Japanese-based company, yes, definitely, it is a true. I'm not sure about USA or Japan, but yes, so is it true?
Sir, question number 3 का true है या false है?
Which one? It is
Question
a
number
true.
3.
Yeah, because quality is a different dimension. No? It is not only measure quality. It is many times it's intangible quality also we measure, you know.
So it is true, no?
Yeah, it is true. True. Okay. Yeah. In Deming application price, weightage for core quality system is, I think this is given. We have not talked about that. If you see the Deming application price, I think it is 60% or 50. I'm not very sure. So it is given in the book. So, okay. Okay. Now this is very clear. Out of Deming 14 business philosophy point, number which relate to understanding psychology and human behavior. Kitna hai?
7, no?
I think 8 if I'm not wrong. Just take that. एक हमने morning देखा था. They are highest. You know that. Okay. वो दिया है आपने. There is one slide. If I take time चला जाएगा अपना. This is very simple. Number of pillars in a typical TQM module. 6, 7,
I
8,
think 6 or 7.
It is 8.
8.
TQM model which was shown today in the morning. The 7 are ISO module है. ISO का जो management principle है, they are 7. But here it is question is of TQM model, which has been shown today in our presentation. It has got 8. Okay, good. Number of quality management principle. हाँ, now कितना है अभी देखिए. Is it 6? Is it 7? Is it 8 or is it 9?
7.
7. Fantastic. Very good. Number of support process and IMC. This I will not able to right now talk because we have to see that process. We will work out support process. Again, there is some question on that. RBNQ में कितना? I think 84. But let us skip that now. Now let us talk about Kano model. We discussed in very details. Is specifically used during new product
Sir, 10 का क्या है?
Pardon? 10 का
10, 10.
मैडम 10 का देखना पड़ेगा because there is one slide available here. आप उसको पढ़ लीजिए. Right now, if I say something, it may go wrong. Okay. But इसमें एक sentence आया आपने दिखा है कि हमने क्या किया है. Kano model for new product, Six Sigma, market strategy
New
determination,
product.
all the same.
Sir, new product, no?
न्यू प्रोडक्ट में तो है ही है. सिक्स सिग्मा प्रोजेक्ट में भी हमने बोला
सर
आपका.
6 सिग्मा प्रोजेक्ट सिलेक्शन के लिए कहाँ कानो मॉडल होते हैं?
करता है ना. सिक्स सिग्मा प्रोजेक्ट सिलेक्शन भी होता है. आप देखिए.
कैनो मॉडल कस्टमर बिहेवियर के लिए है ना?
Okay, yes, correct. But Six Sigma project also can be related with the customer. No? It is not only on the product.
जनरली 6 सिग्मा प्रोजेक्ट सिलेक्शन के लिए हम लोग प्रायोरिटाइजेशन करते हैं ना?
Hey, that is the methodology. But Six Sigma project, for what we are taking, suppose the marketing department has taken a Six Sigma project, then there it also can be used.
बट दैट मार्केटिंग इज फॉर आई मीन न्यू प्रोडक्ट अगर कुछ रहेगा
हाँ.
तो वो चेक करने के लिए कि कस्टमर बिहेवियर क्या है, कस्टमर का क्या है
If you
रिक्वायरमेंट.
so I agree with that. If you
What is
prioritize,
the question, sir?
question is, Kano model is specifically used during new product development, Six Sigma project selection,
Hmm.
market strategy determination,
Hmm.
or all the above.
The question is little generic,
Yes,
and specifically, new product development is one area where it is very, very widely
normally done.
used.
80% of the
Yeah.
time it is on the
But
new product development.
in marketing strategy also we can use Kano model
That is what I
because
have tried to explain to her.
whether
But we
we
don't
want to
use it
delight.
for Six Sigma projects, sir.
No, what it means is in the Six Sigma methodology,
Yes.
the Kano model is used in say your initial phase of understanding the customer requirement. हम करते हैं ना define phase में.
Understanding customer requirement is different, sir. इधर project selection लिखा है, इसीलिए
हाँ
I'm
अच्छा
saying
अच्छा
project
हाँ इसलिए
selection के
confusion
लिए
हुआ correct
we
correct
don't
इसलिए
use
confusion.
it.
Okay. Understood.
Define
Good.
phase में हम use करते हैं.
So right now you can talk about new product development, maybe a correct answer. Good.
Hmm.
The statement better you performs on each product or service attribute, the more satisfied the customer will be. I think this is very easy. Is it true, false, or maybe? I think it is true, no?
Yeah.
True. Everywhere.
True.
It has
Yes,
to be
yes.
true only. Okay.
हाँ,
13.
true.
Okay, no? Okay.
Yeah.
True.
The statement delighters or excitement generator is true, false, cannot say.
Yeah, delighters are excitement generators.
They are
True.
true, no? They are true.
True.
Correct. Good. Now, while capturing voice of customer, the statement I expect it comes from the category of dissatisfiers, satisfier, delighters, or indifferent. I explain in very detail. कि customer क्या बोलता है?
Dissatisfiers से आएगा.
Good. It is B, satisfier. Because that is what I expected. You have given me no great thing. तो जो हमने मांगा था वो
अच्छा,
हमने
okay.
दिया है. So I am okay.
I took it as somebody who is unhappy will say ये तो basic है, ये तो मिलना ही चाहिए.
तो
So
नो
I took it
वो
from
कानो
that
मॉडल का हो गया. बट नाउ वो बोलेगा साहब आपने जो स्पेसिफिकेशन दिया उसके हिसाब से हमने दिया है. सो नो ही कैनॉट इवन मींस यूजर कैनॉट से एनीथिंग. इसे जो आप मैंने लिखा था आपने दे दिया है. तो ओके,
अच्छा.
गुड.
Okay.
ओके. द स्टेटमेंट द ग्रेटर वेस्ट इन अमेरिका is the failure to use ability of people was made by Deming, Juran, Phil Crosby or all the three.
पता नहीं.
ना ये तो एडवर्ड डेमिंग ने बोला था. हमने जब डेमिंग साइकिल का देखा ना डीएपी, आई नॉट रेड दैट बट आवर सेशन स्टार्ट विद दिस स्टेटमेंट कि जापान इन अमेरिका दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट. सो इट इज बाय डेमिंग. ओके. नाउ
Win-win. A.
A, identify one not belonging to Stephen Covey, 7 habits of highly effective people from the following. Win-win situation, think win-win, be agile, be proactive, develop synergy. ये तो हमने पढ़ा था 7. इसमें एक ही नहीं है.
Think win-win, yeah?
हाँ?
Think win-win.
No,
A वाला.
identify one not being.
Sorry sir, समझ में नहीं आया.
मतलब स्टीफन कोवी ने क्या नहीं बोला.
Identify the one not belonging to Stephen Covey.
हाँ, not belonging
अच्छा,
means he has not said that. इसमें से कौन सा है? इसमें से बी एजाइल.
Okay.
इसने बोला नहीं एजाइल. इसने टॉक्स अबाउट थिंक विन विन, बी प्रोएक्टिव, डेवलप एनर्जी, यू नो ऑल द 7 if you read here, उसमें एजाइल नहीं है. ओके. सो आंसर इज बी. Cost of poor quality is defined as sum of prevention, cost of poor quality. Okay. Prevention, appraisal, and failure cost.
True.
True. Very good. We have got a lot of work on that. About 80% of all quality related quality efforts are tangible, which is quantitative, intangible, which is qualitative, both of them or none of them.
Both of them, na?
Now let me read this properly. About 80% of all quality related efforts, 80%.
Sorry.
I think I will like to give to 80 tangible actually. Remaining is intangible, which is we are unable to measure. But anyway, let us check with Khadagade. What does Khadagade feel?
I think the iceberg, tip of iceberg which you showed, no? So it was saying ki what is seen is only small portion. The bigger portion is below that, and the below that was probably we were showing that as intangible, and above the water is tangible. So that's how I
No,
think.
that is a defect. I think Khadagade, you are confused.
Yeah.
He said
Okay.
question is about
Yeah.
80% of all quality related efforts.
Quality related efforts. Okay.
Now
Okay.
here I will
So what
talk
is the full sentence?
about 80% of all quality related efforts are tangible, intangible, quantitative, qualitative, both of them, and none of them. So I am also not very clear what could be.
Yeah. Question is not very clear to me also,
Okay, so leave it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let us talk about this. I have given this. Most of the Indian companies are working at 3 Sigma level. Hence, their cost of poor quality over the sales will be 30 to 40%, 20 to 30%. I think there is
30
one
to
table
40%.
which we have not shown. There is a table which is not part of this presentation, but I have got that, which talks about 6 Sigma level with cost of poor quality. But 3 Sigma, if I'm not, I think it is 30, I think Khadagade maybe know better. It is around 30 to 40%.
Yeah, 30 to
30 to
40%.
40%.
Correct. Very good. Okay. Quality function deployment provide, this is very tricky question. The following except one, following identify the exception. Prioritize the list of customer and competitor. Prioritize the list of customer requirement. Provide input on DFSS and realistic list of target value.
Let's go one by one,
I think it prioritize the list of customer and competitor. That has been done. It is a starting point for QFD. First point is this only. Who are your customer, what they want, and who is your competitor, and what they are giving. So the first is you have to prioritize that. Prioritize the list of customers' requirement. Yes, that is second. Because QFD will start
Sir, A ही आएगा.
Pardon?
Only A.
A.
A for
QFD
first one.
provide the following except one. Identify the exception.
Except one.
No, I don't think so. A. You saying A, kya?
Realistic list of target value. Provide inputs to DFSS.
I think it is a C, if I'm not wrong. C.
C.
That is what you just now discussed. We are not using quality function deployment for 6 Sigma project, So
Yeah.
I think answer should be the C. Okay.
Except one, sir, वो मेरा है ना हमेशा miss हो जाता है. Last time भी miss हो गया था.
Okay. Number of steps involved in developing house of quality are, I think, 10. If you read the book, there are 10 steps are given.
Right. 10.
But sir, इधर तो है ही नहीं ना. 10 है.
10. Okay. QFT required strong technical know-how. Yes. QFD training. Yes. Access to all the
All of the above.
All the above. No, what about C now? Access to all the stakeholder group. Why it is necessary? The stakeholder can be a shareholder also. So
नहीं. Stakeholder is generally your, say if it is a finance team, then HR team, operations
okay,
team.
if you are looking that as a stakeholder, like though it is more of a production activity, but finance is given, HR person also part of that. So then all are required. Okay, all of the above. the statement successful benchmarking take place in a relatively well-managed organization with strong emphasis on innovation, yes, is true, false, cannot say.
True, na?
True, I talk no. Unless only there is innovation, benchmarking will not be successful. Okay, out of box thinking is required. Xerox benchmarking process consisting of, I think there are 8 steps. We have not seen, but there are 8 steps are there. So answer is 8. Statement that MP managing point must be measurable is sometimes true, always true, occasionally true. Managing point. I think it is sometime true because managing point means I am checking the output of my controlling point. Na? I am checking the output of my reporting people. So,
Sorry, sir.
so basically, what is managing point? Managing point is checking of the work which is done by the department which reports to me. Is it not? Khada khade? Is it not?
Whether it is managing or checking,
Always
no,
true, na?
Ah.
it is always true. It's
No,
true.
but it depends upon how the reporting is done. Many times the reporting cannot be vague sometimes because everything cannot be quantified. Suppose,
No, it is not reporting. No, it is what am I checking?
ah,
The
ah,
performance. It is basically the performance. So, which I
okay,
check for my subordinates,
ah,
and my boss checks for me. So my
ah,
performance is checked by my boss. So it becomes a checkpoint for my boss.
correct.
And all this, they should be clearly quantifiable.
Okay, ठीक है,
Yeah.
will be correct. So
Yeah.
reporting, okay, good. Then DWM, daily work management is a basic requirement for policy deployment. Yes, answer is
Yes.
true. We talk about that, no? It rotates.
Yeah.
KRA.
Yeah. True.
Stretch goal for the current year is given by is equal to 0.5 into X, where X is the immediate past year's average. I think that is correct, na?
Sir, sorry, 26 का क्या है?
26 is true.
True, na?
True.
Okay.
Okay. 27 क्या है?
Search for it.
They talk true for all parameters, true for certain selected parameters, and true for class parameter. I'm not very clear about
Sir,
this.
ये पता नहीं है.
I
कौन
think
सा? What is
29,
27.
27. Please read 27.
इसको? नहीं, बुक नहीं है मेरे पास में,
Okay. Also, it's not very clear to me.
Mhm.
Stretch goal for
Yeah.
the current year,
Mhm.
is given by that figure 0.5 into X, where X is the image. I think this is
Yeah. What are the alternatives?
true for all parameter, true for certain selected parameter, true for a class parameter. I think
True
it will
for
be true.
certain selected,
I think is it
So
true for
when it is
certain
related
selected
to,
parameter?
defects, quality,
Ah,
quality related, it is 0.5x. But if it
correct.
is related to, let's say, process capability, or it is related to your productivity, sales, profitability, then it is the other formula.
Other way.
It is
So yeah, you can only say so
that,
B is correct.
that big. Yeah.
Okay. Now last, we are now closing now. Implementation of TQ-Man. I think we have not done this. In Puja way goes through 7 step, 8 step. I think we have no time for this exercise.
There were some 10 steps, no? 10 or 12 steps for that.
You can do that.
We can do it that. Very good
That
chapter
one.
actually.
Very good. Okay. I think 5:30.
Yeah.
Sir, so what is the answer for 27?
आंसर देखना पड़ेगा बिकॉज इधर किया है ना अपना से पूजा में 1 मिनट 6 7 8 9
वाह,
और 28 का?
9
आज होमवर्क करिए उसको,
9 है 9 हमने किया ना होमवर्क अभी 9 दिया है 9
क्या सर होमवर्क?
Okay, so let us summarize and then we'll close. Say goodbye. So,
Yeah.
who will summarize? क्या क्या पढ़ा हमने दिन भर में? Okay, we did for the before lunch session. So afternoon में क्या पढ़ें? I think I want not this time Zankana, but I want Praveen Topwal to say कि afternoon में हमने क्या किया? कहाँ से चालू किया?
Praveen there. Praveen.
I think we start with cost of quality. Yeah, we did.
And before that,
No, I think we started with cost of quality only. Then quality function deployment, very detailed, benchmarking, sustainability through MP, CP, DWM, except we are not done TQM, which is a puja way. Okay, so I think with this we are closing the session. Thank you very much for sharing, bearing with me. I hope I could able to do the justice to the best of my ability. Because this module was given to me 2 days before only. So one day so preparation
thank
किया
you.
है.
Thank you, Mandlekar sir, for
Yeah,
taking this
ठीक है.
session. This
Yeah.
session was taken by Mr. Banerjee,
हाँ.
on the all the time. But now we have to, share the responsibility. So therefore, I requested you to take up this session.
Okay,
And
thank you.
you
Thank
that
you. It's a good
very,
learning for me also.
yeah,
Yeah. And special thanks to, I think, Miss Dhankara broker, very good participation.
right.
So keep it up, keep it
Yeah,
up.
she is
Thank
a
you, sir.
consultant trainer,
Yeah, good. Yes.
so yeah,
Yeah,
so
we also get motivated and interested when
correct,
questions have been asked, when people
right,
questioning us. Every time we may not be right.
right,
Always we are learning. So as a trainer, he's always in a learning mode. So if somebody challenges, it is good.
Unfortunately, all the participants are not joining,
Total कितने participants हैं? Total कितने
No,
हैं?
there were actually, 6 were saying we will join. So
अच्छा.
out of 6, 3 joined,
Okay.
so, but I think one of the Praveen,
हाँ. Top वाला. Top one. Hello.
but the other moved out, maybe.
Hello. Okay. So shall we call it a day?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
So
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
participants. It was
Thank you,
a,
sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
you,
okay.
sir.
thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Bye.
Good job.
Good.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. And
Yeah,
Bye, sir.
yeah.
Bye.
big
Bye.
thanks to Khadagai also for giving me opportunity. Thank you.
Sir, tomorrow.
Sir,
हाँ.
tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
same-
tomorrow,
same.
yeah, 10 o'clock we will start, right? So
Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, sir.
tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock sharp we will start, Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
keep your, SPC book with you all the time. We will need
Yeah,
that
right.
SPC book.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
sir.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Nice session
bye.
today.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Stop share.
Okay, so Mandlekar sir,
Yes. बोलिए.
just 1 second.
Will I leave now?
Hello.
हाँ.
I think it went very well.
Very good. Thank you very much.
In short time,
Yeah, for my 18th, I need prepare some slides, so I have to take help of what is that?
Arti.
हाँ, तो उसको जरा बोलो जरा कब when is
हाँ, हाँ.
available?
हाँ, आप उसको भेज दो,
Okay.
or keep a copy to me. So,
अच्छा.
what will happen if she is not having time, some of the slides I may be able to help her,
Okay. Because I am not very good at making.
because she is there only on 3 days, no?
अच्छा, what are those days?
She is there on Monday,
हाँ.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, I will talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Monday को दे दो आप उसको,
Yeah,
है
yeah.
ना?
Okay, okay. हाँ,
Yeah,
ठीक है.
मतलब whatever you have done, no, Monday,
Yeah,
then
yeah. Okay.
you know you
ठीक है.
can give on Tuesday if you have not done everything, you know.
Okay,
So
okay,
give it, you know, in parts.
No, I have already given that day.
अच्छा,
TPM का she has
अच्छा
given me that
अच्छा,
word में दिया है. Now I will
अच्छा,
correct that and take other one. Otherwise,
okay.
my regular presentations I am going to talk on to that only. Okay.
Right.
So which is not there only for I will make one more for lean manufacturing
Okay.
and that's all. Otherwise, बाकी तो अपना जो standard है that I am going to show you. Okay.
So what she is putting it in Word, is it?
No, then she said when I check that,
हाँ,
she will convert it into a PowerPoint.
अच्छा, she said she will convert
She will
later on.
convert into
Okay.
PowerPoint. Yes.
ठीक,
Huh?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Chalo.
Okay. Huh?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and one, you know, this today's presentation, no?
हाँ.
Whatever corrections you want to do, no, or add slides,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's because a lot of things are fresh in your mind, no? So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. I
you
know
can work
lot of
today,
small.
today or
I
tomorrow
can.
morning, you know,
हाँ,
and
हाँ.
work on improving that, you know, and
अच्छा.
add slides, whatever you want to do, so that next time, you know, it will be easy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Okay, I'll try to.
Some
Okay.
of the things which you have notes with you, right? And you could not show them, so you
अच्छा.
know.
Okay, ठीक है.
If you do it today, tomorrow, no,